We took watch. We divided it into 4 parts. It was peaceful, except that Aoife saw orphan children peeking in. She ratted on them to Heath. Kazoon was talking with Delana about the Warden's book and had a very informative conversation with her. Expressed his worries that the Rune Master in the book might be willingly working with the Warden, and introduced the question of, like, is that going to be an issue that we're dealing with? Her responses to him were, she knows of no missing books from the Rune Master library. The shelves were full before the lava flow, as far as she knew. But it is said that long ago, when the clans were one under one roof of stone with one purpose, they broke apart, and that's when Clan Fireforge was born. And some of the books might have been dispersed at that point. Let's see. She also said that, to her knowledge, no clans had ever traveled so far east or connected with the culture of the Gloamkin. The Gloamkin were almost like a folktale to them. All who were known to oppose the clan were not allowed to have their true runes scribed into books. They were banished into Igniksara. So that was all the information she had on what might be going on with the book. Kazoon asked Brian to translate so he could have a conversation with Reginald about the book. Try to figure out what the rune on the cover is. Kazoon asked if he would go on a recon mission. Reginald agreed in exchange for the ability to sleep in Kazoon's beard. Kazoon, he uncomfortably agreed. Or else to resurrect a... God, I forgot so many.
You forgot this thing?
I forgot so many things. Or else resurrect a dead rat who is lovely and kind. We burned 3 inspirations to get the right number so that it can be homemade.
Someone last time was like, sorry, this is some video that is not mine. Someone last time was like, teamwork! You didn't!
It's like that one, it's like the picture where the guy is like a success, but he's like all beat up. You know, it's like, yeah!
That's so funny.
Reginald waxed poetic about Homeby for a while and was honestly really impressive and romantic. 426 was rubbing on my ankles.
That just sounded so wrong. That whole sentence is so wrong. 426 is rubbing on my ankles.
Let's see. Kazoon was trying to explain how the magic of the books works. We all thought he was being down on himself, so we had an extended pep talk. It turns out that he has had a revolution of confidence when we weren't looking and didn't actually mean it. He was just trying to explain facts. But we got there in the end.
Shh, you don't know what you're saying. You are good enough.
Let us pump you up.
Good enough. No.
Listen, this is why you have to have your epiphanies in front of the group.
Yes.
You have to roleplay your epiphanies so everyone knows.
Heath was justifiably fretting about how dangerous this mission seems. Our next stop was the town crier.
Oh, yeah.
You forgot about Tom?
I totally
How did you forget about
I
Twitchy?
skipped straight.
That's all I remembered.
Straight from the rats. The rats was traumatizing for me, okay?
No.
There's a lot of focus on the rats.
Oh boy. You were like, well, we're kind of done with the rats. Oh my god.
Finally.
We're never done with the rats. I don't believe
We're not
we
done
are.
with the rats. They have to lead the revolution.
Yeah.
And also scare the shit out of everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
They're critical to the plan.
Yeah, they're
They are the plan.
They're a continuing part of the plan. Yeah.
Kinda.
They are the most established part of the plan, which is alarming.
There's a book and there's rats. That's what we've got.
True.
So we sent Homeby and Reginald off on a recon honeymoon. Let's see. Heath told the orphans, he sent them off to offer to sell information on us, including a rumor that we would be leaving the city via the lower level that night.
Where we are not.
Yep. We, as a group, we were disguised as. I forgot about this too. Priests of Yume.
This was so great.
Apparently I'm an amazing gardener.
And incredible. She said, I have studied the ways of Yume. I have many gardening secrets.
There's intentional lore and there's accidental lore. We accidentally found out that Priya is an ace gardener. Let's see. Brian did cast Aid on Reginald and Homeby, which gave him +5 health, which feels like it's going to be important. He also cast Pass Without a Trace
from
on
1
us.
to 6. That's going to matter a lot.
Hey, maybe, I don't know.
There are rat traps in there.
That's true. That's true. You're not wrong.
You can maybe survive a punch.
Yeah, they might be able to survive a single hit of something small.
I mean,
It's worth a
6
shot.
is way better than 5. That's 6 times the health.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Context. Exactly. You could say they have 6 HP, or you could say they have 6 times the HP they had before.
Yep.
People were approaching us in the street with open hands. What was the blessing you gave them? I didn't write it down.
I can't remember exactly. It was something.
Everyone had great blessings. I
Yeah,
wish I'd written it down.
What was you were like bounty upon
Oh,
Yeah.
Praise be to the bounty.
Praise be to bounty brother. Let us in. It was so funny.
So we got to Tom's house, and
I'm gonna miss Yume cleric party. I'm sad that's over.
That might happen again.
we're now going to be priests in every place we go.
Every place we go, new priests.
Priya and I were watching for black scars, and we didn't see anybody. Outside of Tom's house, in a last-minute huddle, Aoife for the first time realized that Heath has been prescribing Dreamleaf casually.
That was a great
Medicinally.
laugh.
Medicinally.
She was alarmed, and it turned out that her alarm was pounded because when Tom opened the door, he clearly was in withdrawal. He tried to backpedal.
Heath didn't roll high enough to realize addiction was a possibility.
We had a whole separate
We
thing
had a whole
where we figured out
thing
how
about-
well he knew each of the drugs.
Yeah.
He did not know Dreamleaf very well.
There are other drugs. Did you guys know that? We'll find out. Maybe.
Gonna find out.
She's not going to take anything from you now.
I'm not gonna.
Finn has a whole water skin
Oh
full of Dreamleaf seed.
We all have to remember that. Just we have to keep
Yes.
that in mind.
He's
Did
gonna
I
start
notice
twitching.
that? I don't know if I.
He didn't
rolled
hide it.
that.
He said right in front of you, fill her
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
know he has.
Did I write that down? And then
You weren't.
Wait, did he not? Didn't he?
I thought
No, he did hide it.
He
He
did
did
it
it
Because he didn't want
Tom
he didn't
to
want
know.
Tom to
Yeah.
know that he had taken the full kettle of his
I missed
tea.
that.
So he definitely did it. So no one knows that Herme
I
has
mean, unless
a
you
water
want to
skin
give
full
me a
of drugs.
retroactive check, but
No.
we did
I
notice
dosed
his
some
voice.
random
We did
stranger.
notice his voice like change.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And,
But that happened when you saw that he
Yeah,
took some
a
tea.
sip of
Right.
the tea.
So
So
I sort of,
ridiculous.
if his voice is,
Yeah, it's a
I-
good
I
great
sort
story
of
for
have
him.
that.
His voice gets deeper. I love that Finn just decided like
It was
this
great, though.
this thing
That's
makes
the
your
same,
voice
yeah.
deeper. That's what I've decided.
That's just
So now it's
Well,
now
you
it's
did that
canon.
too, though. Like when you stopped, like
Because
playing
he's
the withdrawal.
anxious.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how his voice is normally. But
Yeah.
his anxiety makes him like stutter and squeak. So his voice went back to normal. It didn't make his voice deeper. But
Okay.
Finn decided.
I understand.
I
Oh, we know.
know. I'm here for it.
So Flint and Heath went in to talk with Tom, who was very excited at the prospect of getting more Dreamleaf. In fact, that was the only thing he was excited about. He was literally willing to commit murder of Heath to get Dreamleaf from Flint.
Really? I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
I caught that.
Wait, was he really?
You were in danger.
What did he say?
What you say?
I don't remember
He
this.
offered to kill you for it or
He was
something.
like, whatever you need, whatever you need. I mean, if you need me to take him out, like, I'll do that. Something like that.
Yeah.
That one went
I don't
over
think he
my head.
offered specifically to kill. I don't remember
I don't think
clearly.
I
To
didn't
kill
register
you.
any.
But I
thought
do
on
think
me.
he was like offering in general to
To
kill
kill
somebody
somebody.
if that was necessary.
Okay, he was offering
That's fair.
murder, not murdering me. So we're
Okay.
fine. That's fine.
So Flint Drew crafted the Dreamleaf. Heath made some tea. Flint stole the tea, apparently. Heath tried to educate him about addiction. He thought that the cure of addiction was just to continue using Dreamweave. So Heath tried to explain to him where to find some growing at Aunt V's house so that he could become at least self-sufficient in his addiction. He also...
If he can't grow anymore, he's gonna hurt himself. So
Did we plant any in his garden?
No.
I told him where he could get
Which
a
I
plant.
don't. It was a very strange.
That whole thing.
I told him where he could get a plant, which was at Aunt V's house, because it's not being used currently, so he could just take the plant and then use it to not die. Because I can't
Yeah.
treat you right now.
Because he
We'll
was
treat
like,
you later.
he was like, you could die if you don't get
Kick
more.
that out.
Yeah.
Just a side note.
True.
and you rolled really high on that to convince him, to persuade him
I
that
think I
he
rolled
should
a
go.
nat 20.
Yeah, I think that was one of the nat 20s of the night.
Yeah.
And then when he was calm, Heath told him about the plague, a Gloamkin-sent rat plague with auditory hallucinations, fever, insanity, and even death. Brian randomly gave away a cup of Dreamleaf tea to a passerby on the street. Let's see. Tom tells Heath he was wanted for treason. He heard it as the warden walked past him, was talking to a middle-aged man with a goatee, who we figured out meets the fucking description of that guy back from
Merchant.
Human, who was selling the crystals.
Yeah.
Flint saw him through the spyglass, so Flint and Aoife would have recognized the description. Flint told Heath about it, so he's in on that now. And after that, the garden was flawless, best garden in the neighborhood.
With
It
the
really
garden.
was.
Yeah.
It was so glory stone.
Nora oversaw the gardening, and the rest of us worked our magic.
Nora project manager.
I guess.
Yeah, and so that leaves us. We had gotten a short rest on our way to the Violet Garden.
Are we official in that short rest, DM?
Yes, official on the short rest. Everyone's got that. Everyone
Above board, what it looks like is a group of clerics walked to a druggie's house, left it like tripling his estate value of his place, and then suddenly he was okay. No longer a druggie, not acting frantically, a man with purpose.
By the
And
power
Bosch.
you made, the
I
bounty
was
was
just
restored.
I feel like that's very, like, that's the exact type of missionary work
I
that
think Yume is like
would
up,
want us to do.
Yume's up in the heavens, be like, how dare they add well, actually,
What's in the pamphlet?
It's so funny.
No, everyone else is happy. The priesthood down here is happy, but Yume is like, what the fuck?
What is
no, like,
happening?
is she angry or would she be like, I can't believe these imposter bitches are what?
In
Well, actually, they're kind of.
in my name,
You know, that means-
I was about to say, any good God, and I might be pulling this directly from the Bible, blesses off on people doing the works that they would be doing. They're like, are they not doing the work that we would be doing? Yes? Then leave them alone.
No, I think
Go forth and do the same.
I also have the thought that if clerics of Yume were, like, if beautification, kind of garden tending is one of the services that they provide, that if you had a bad cleric of Yume, like, mean cleric, it would be, like, HOA vibes.
Right.
Like,
Oh, God.
The Karen thing.
Evil cleric is just like,
your
I'm
shrubs are the wrong
I'm
height.
pointing you
They're
out
like
of your
3
home
inches
because your
too
garden is
tall.
trash.
Grass is an eighth of an inch too tall, so get out.
I
Yes.
hate HOAs with a passion, and I don't have to deal with it.
Yes, yeah, we agree on this.
Yeah.
I have one. And one of the things, I'm with you. In general, I feel the same way. But one of the things that my HOA did was they established, like, legal restraint against any businesses coming in and buying houses. That only people could buy houses.
Big fan.
And I thought that was great.
That
I was
was
like,
great.
this
To
is the
avoid-
way you should be using your power.
To avoid Airbnb abuse, yes.
That and yes,
Well,
all
and
the
that
things.
just like corporate buyouts.
Buyouts,
Just-
exactly.
rent-
And then
yeah.
renting
Not
to
allowed buying,
people
yeah.
from corporations.
Yes.
So at first I was very like sus. I went to several meetings because from the terminology I was hearing, I was like, is this a secret way to be racist?
Ah.
I mean,
I was concerned.
A fair concern
I was
for
concerned.
HOAs.
But
Yes,
it did
yes,
not
yes.
turn out to be that. I dug into it. I read the whole thing.
Nice.
I was like, okay, cool.
Yes. Good.
It was a good thing.
Well, I'm happy that your HOA is not yet corrupt.
Yeah. I mean, there are stupid things. Pater put foil in his window at one point in time because the sun was killing him because it sets on that side, and I got a notice that was like, remove the foil from your windows. And I was like, who is this hurting? Who is this hurting?
Fucking, they believe in freedom, they say. Let me fucking do what I want.
See, I don't like it as I walk by. They don't look.
Then don't look at it. It's not even in your face.
What are you doing staring in my window?
Yeah, that is really the question.
Sounds like a pervert.
That's what I should have said. I should have been like, what are you looking at my
Yeah.
second floor windows for? You weirdos.
Yeah.
Okay. Great
Karen's
recap.
probably looking up there.
Thank
like,
you so much.
Crack house. He's making meth in there.
Oh, God.
Thank you so much for
Making
awesome
meth in there, I can
snacks.
tell.
My favorite
Awesome.
names.
I'm gonna give everyone. I'm going to give everyone inspiration because of all the great jokes and things that were
Yeah,
said.
I feel like that was a cooperative recap.
It was, and it was very good.
Speaking
I
of
love this.
giving us things, were you serious about giving us a hero point or no?
Everyone gets a hero point.
I got two,
You,
bitches,
Peter, you
let's
didn't do a
go!
thing.
What was I supposed
But
to do?
everyone in Titans Rising, I have sent so many messages about moving over to my website.
I just saw
Oh.
the one.
Yes, all you need to see is one. You only need to see one message. But everyone in Titans Rising, as usual, is on top of their shit.
Good job.
And so this group completely has gotten there before
Huzzah!
many other people have even started.
I was prepared.
I also remember, that was my first impression of you guys.
To get this fucking book, we're gonna need all of them.
Oh yeah.
Y'all also use them so well. Like, I think about, every now and then I think back to, like, y'all running from the moths.
Oh god.
And how stressful that was.
Gosh.
Oh. Anyway, yes, so hero point to everyone. That will include Josh and Finn when they come back.
Nice. We'll have
So,
to remember.
I don't know if Josh will be watching this, but happy birthday to Katya,
Yay!
and we hope that she has a wonderful, wonderful day, as she
I
deserves.
hope she has a wonderful day. Too bad her birthday was not on, Tuesday. Taking away our wizard.
Taking away our wizard. We do need. So I think what we should say is that what their faces, Herme and Kazun went to go check on the rats.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
to see, he wanted
Yeah, he
to
needed to
see.
do that like message thing anyways that he had to be
Exactly,
in
yeah.
proximity for.
Exactly, and that way we can just. That gives us a reason why they're not here, and we can address that
Can't
next
wait.
time.
And Flinton would be chasing rats down there anyway.
Right,
So,
exactly.
you know.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense, the two of them.
Yeah.
Finn seemed very.
The most rat
The dice
interested.
are
Yeah,
for
the-
furry.
Other than
Other than
Aoife
our rat princess
and
here.
Brian.
Right.
I'll take it.
Honestly.
That's becoming one of my official titles.
What is it?
Rat Princess.
Oh yes.
Oh my god, we could totally.
I don't know who's here for
If
this.
if they named you like Aoife, Princess Rad of Velton.
No, Princess 427.
There you go, yeah. That would be funny.
That would be funny. Okay. So you guys were making a stealth check on your way to, the Biocarbon.
Do we have hospital still? Or?
I don't believe so. You didn't have past
No, I could
Okay.
I could use it if we need to on this approach. This is one of the things I was going to ask because I've only got one second level spell slot left. So
Right.
do we want me to save it for combat or do we want to use it for the
We
stealth?
probably need to.
Okay, then I will save it for combat
I
uses.
agree.
We're gonna just burn this.
Ooh, not today.
Hey!
We love that.
Are you guys?
Aren't you
You guys are not
Because you're
currently
in armor?
disguised as
Sorry to ruin your
No.
anything, right? You're
Although-
just
You can
yourself.
roll
We
another
have the
natural
ability to
20,
do
right?
that again.
Oh wait,
If
am I
we
rolling
want
to
to.
advantage because I'm a mouse?
Do mice roll at advantage?
Well, she's kind of hidden.
I was
in my
in his
pocket.
pocket last time.
Oh
and
yes,
he told me
I
to
did
roll
say
at
that.
advantage.
Yeah.
Speaking of using things.
Alright, 21.
Oh,
21. Okay. So that was at disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Guidance.
thank you.
Also 21.
21.
Dirty 20.
Wow, jeez Louise, guys.
Dirty 20.
Well done. Well done.
I reciprocally cast guidance on you.
Perfect.
They're just like, just as with most major cities, this is the capital of Grenwold, and there are guards at every gate around the first wall to get in. Because there are tiers, there aren't walls around each of the each of the sections, but there are, fences. There are gates on the roads to close up at night. It doesn't give the sense of locking out the level below, but just having some formality along the road.
A little friction.
Yeah, exactly.
Guards can be run over.
Guards can be run over.
Or bribed, or convinced,
Sure.
or
I would-
dealt with.
I would go with run over or dealt with before bribed or convinced, because they could.
Cliffs, we could push them all. Whatever.
Yeah. The bad guys in the city's purses run much deeper than our purse, and
Yeah.
I suspect that some of the coppers are probably already being paid off.
Yeah. I mean, he has been using, it appears that he's been using these disasters to funnel wealth into the city. So, like, he's the Elon Musk of this.
He's gotta go down.
Okay. Well, I guess we ask about, firstly about a pearl, and then we can maybe try and ask about smuggling us out.
Can I ask real quick for everyone to describe how you look right now?
Did we? I
We
don't
did
think
not
we
do a
cast
big old
another
disguise.
thing. I think
No,
we all
we're
look
not
like
these
us.
guys, yeah.
Oh no, I wasn't saying you don't look like you. What do you look? How do you look in looking like you
Let's see.
as you approach the Violet Rose?
I do not look like me.
Oh, what do you look like?
I look like, let's see. We're on upper ring right now, right?
Second one?
Second ring.
Second ring. Okay. So that makes me feel a little better.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think I think back to just someone who just one of the people who were at the Eagle's Eye in Coracia,
Okay.
like just a traveler that's not like totally down on their luck.
Okay.
Just like they are way far away from here. I can be anybody. My name could be anything. I can tell
Sure,
you whatever I
sure.
want.
What is your garb like?
I would say
Each of you.
definitely traveler's garb. I think I
The flowers were originating from.
It's a flower shop.
It's just a flower shop.
Why are you looking at me?
appears to be
It's-
a flower shop.
It's a flower shop. It's Lady Guinevere is the proprietor of, I guess, both the establishments, but her daughter is the one who really runs the flowers, and I don't really think she gets involved with all the shady shit. That's more, Lady Guinevere's purview and all that. So, yeah, don't think we really need anything unless we need to get some flowers, which...
You just teared your mind. Flowers are always a good option.
It's
She'll
like,
say,
where'd my earrings go?
I can talk to those flowers if we need. I would have to become a person to do that, but
I would have to become the things that you say. I would have to become a person to talk to the flowers.
Yeah.
Aoife,
To finish answering,
does a plant have to be, alive for you to talk to it? Like, if you... That's because some of these flowers, if, like, you snip them and you put them in a vase, do they then be dead? Are they dead?
this is a great question. I don't
A
know.
sick flower is dead.
Okay.
For a
even if it is then planted and grows roots like into the new, it's like you could theoretically.
If something is able to do that, then it would not be dead. Most flowers that are snipped aren't able to do that. They just die.
Yeah. I would. In my mind, it's like they're comatose on their deathbed, like non-responsive.
Interesting.
They're just a dead body on
Plugged in.
They're
yeah,
mostly
they're just
dead
a
for
plugged
several
in
hours.
dead body. You know those we have machines that keep your breath going and your heart pumping, but nothing's there. It's the same thing.
It's been mostly dead for several hours.
Mostly
So dark.
dead.
All flower shops are just plant hospice.
Listen, there are live plants planted in pots in the thing.
True.
Yeah, family members that need to bear witness.
That was just a Heath thought out loud,
Yeah.
which is...
Now we
that's
know.
not this.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, I don't really know what those plants would see. I mean, people buy flowers and they go off. I mean, you just.
That's fine. I'm just throwing it out there.
Sure, and I'm talking to a fucking mouse in someone's pocket.
Yeah. Are you able to speak right now?
Mentally.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just
I
speaking
forgot
to
how
his
broken
pocket.
that is.
Yeah. I'm just speaking to his pocket, yeah.
Darwin was just hearing Keith talk to Brian's pocket. How are all of you dressed?
I don't think I've really changed other than maybe I've put the one, like, the jacket that I got in Coruscant, which was like kind of like a fluffy thing that I believe
Fluffy vest.
I ripped the sleeves off.
Yep,
of.
you definitely did that.
And I have a simple tunic underneath that is also sleeveless, and yeah, I'm not
I'm about to
really
get kicked out of this place.
Okay.
I would probably
possible.
be dressed in some commoner clothes of this region. I suspect that in sneaking in to like find them, I probably just ganked laundry from wherever I could find it.
Okay.
Just like
You
a
don't
cloak
blend
here.
in
and-
as long as you're yourself, no matter
I
what.
know. So like that's just, but that's why I've got on at this point in time. I would be cloaked up.
Okay.
So I look shady, I guess. But
Commerce clothing with a cloak.
yeah.
Got it?
I think
'Cause I'm blue otherwise, so like
I have like kind of like a tunicky kind of with the neutral colors, but then I also have my cloak. But my question was, would a cleric really be like coming to the body garden, or do you look like a cleric? I'm not. It's not like.
You're
Like really
warrior,
obvious,
warrior.
like-
Yeah, like more like a, but it is like the cloak is, if someone knew what they were looking for,
Yeah.
it would be
The cloak is a cleric of Chorus's cloak.
cloak.
Okay.
So my question
So,
was,
do you look like a cleric really depends on
Yeah.
what you expect to see when you look for a cleric.
This feels like, do I look like a cop?
Yeah.
I don't know, you tell me, do I look like a cop?
Aoife and Nor. What did you say you were dressed in?
Like Coruscant wear.
Okay.
Basically, like not down and out, but like decent travelers, Coruscant travelers.
Okay.
I'm staying mostly hidden, just in a little pocket. Ryan's shirt. I do think she would have like peeked out to look.
Oh yeah, I don't know why I'm asking what
garden?
you're wearing.
Yeah.
You're a mouse
Yeah.
in someone's pocket.
Yes. She's dressed
She
in like
would've-
fur.
Yeah, to look at the
Yes.
garden shop. Like she would have peeked out to just like scope it out, and then.
adding to my sketchy homeless man vibes, I've got a mouse in my pocket.
Oh god.
I'm just making sure we're all painting the
Aware
same
of the
picture.
same-
I would have also probably put on like gloves over my shirts so that way like no immediate blue skin is showing.
Blue scaly skin.
Yeah.
I think of your skin like serpent skin.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like
Kind of
like scaly, but not in a
Sickly.
dragon sort of way. Like it has the pattern on it, and it's sort of slimy, but not in a bad way.
That sounded bad.
oh,
So you did.
It's your race. My skin looks however you think it is.
You did prestidigitate us.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
so we're at least.
or at least
Yeah,
not
all right,
super
I will like.
You at least don't smell like sewer and
Slip
dirt.
Oh boy.
back the
Oh my god.
All right, we
This is
try and make ourselves look
such a
presentable.
train wreck.
Is that what you do to look presentable?
It's all I've got in the moment. I mean, I don't like wearing suits. I don't like wearing dress clothes. It makes me uncomfortable.
So here's my thought. You and I, we pass for travelers pretty easily. You are clearly armed, capable. We can do the same kind of guard two-step that we did when we got in here. Traveler and entourage. We can head in to the actual brothel side. Well, I guess we could head into the garden side, and then the other group can head into whichever one we don't go into. I'm afraid if we all four
We'll go to the
go in
garden.
at once, And then we're close enough. We're just right next door. So
If
So
anything goes wrong, we'll
groups of
and we
mouse
have
speak to you.
exactly.
Right.
We can
So,
communicate.
groups of the Blue Boys do occasionally go to this place. I never really did.
I wouldn't use the Blue Boys as a model for
Well, I'm saying like,
ideal behavior.
they go in
I think
when they
that's the
have
point.
money to burn, and you know,
It's like the bus showing up at the chicken ranch.
what I'm saying is like a group of, you know, us just sort of walking in wouldn't be too weird. I mean, we do sort of stick out, but at the very least, if we flash a bit of coin, they'll accept it and leave us be in that regard. I think.
What do we feel? I'm okay with either one. I'm okay with as much as I don't want to split the party. We are
Fair.
literally right next door
Next
to
door.
each other. So
I vote we go to the garden.
you and I go to the garden. They go
Y'all are sending the druid into the brothel and not the garden center.
We need you to keep them on task. We need you to keep them on
I'm this
task.
big.
Also,
Fight them.
but also, Aoife, we may need to have somebody who can communicate if shit goes south, because I have no idea what the fuck we're walking into.
And
So
it is
anyway.
more likely to go.
Well,
south.
I have an idea of
Well,
where we're walking into, but what?
Just the image of sending the ranger and the druid. Oh my
Right, it's just so funny. Like it just flipped. They're like, okay, the warlock and the cleric are gonna go
The
in the inn.
presentable looking
The
ones.
presentable looking ones are gonna go in the inn, and everyone else is gonna go to the garden. And all of a sudden, it was the druid and the ranger are not gonna go to the garden. They're gonna go. So what's the plan?
I'm going into the
Because
fucking.
he needs to go in the brothel
Violet
because
Garden.
we don't.
I don't need to. I just thought we were going in to get a pearl, and I guess I'm the guide, so I have to be.
Right.
No one else knows how to do it. You apparently are experienced in the ways of the Violet Garden.
And may know someone there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Aoife discovered what brothels were today.
Today. Yeah.
Okay, I mean,
Alright, here we go.
it's your city. Yeah.
I mean, you guys can do whatever you want, but I'm walking in there with. I would assume you said Kazun and Flint are with us, right? Or Aaron?
No, they were on their own side.
Okay, so it's just the four.
We
Just
selected
4.1 of
to
us.
go into the brothel.
Correct.
Why are we going to the brothel? I heard this. I left for 1 minute, guys.
I'm supposed to keep the two of you in line.
Okay. I'm just trying to get Pearl.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright,
Rip
well.
the band-aid off.
It feels odd to not send the druid and the ranger in with the plans.
But what are they gonna do? Like stay
We don't-
there and stare?
We
at
need
plants?
somebody who can communicate with other people, though. So we need her to be able to, like, say.
Y'all,
Oh, okay.
y'all, no one has to go in with the plans.
True, that too.
Just tell
Okay,
me what
so
you
wait,
guys
so
want to do.
we're
Keith
doing.
is walking in.
Okay, Keith is walking in. There are two
They were gonna go to the
bouncers.
garden side.
I was gonna say guards, but that would be correct, but not
They're
in
bouncers,
the not in the
Not like city guards.
city guard sort of way. At the entrance.
Alright. I will sort of take my.
We can always saunter over if things break bad.
Right. We're just separating a bit. We're just not all walking in
Sure.
Okay.
together.
Sure.
together.
Okay,
We'll meander in the flower shop while you all see how you can do.
I don't know. To the brothel we go.
So I will saunter up to the bouncers with and pull out my purse and sort of just like spin it around like it's got a cord or whatever. And hello, boys. I've recently found myself with some coin to spend, and just decided to do it at your lovely establishment.
Does he think this is how wealthy people act?
They sort of eye you up and down for a moment, and then one just puts his hands out.
I'll put 5 gold pieces in his hand.
Hand me the bag.
What? You gonna skip me the whole deal?
No, I'm going to check what's in the bag.
Fucking coin. Dick.
Opens it up, rifles through it, makes sure it's not just coppers with a couple gold on top.
If you want to know, 110.
I guess, but I put 5 in his palm.
He sort of raises an eyebrow at the other one. Alright. Make sure you behave yourselves.
Can I get my 5 gold back then?
Yeah, put it back in.
Oh, thanks, bro. Here's one for your trouble.
They pay us well. You're good.
Well, that's good for you, isn't it? You guys have a union or something? Sorry,
Not to-
I asked. I'm just curious. It's great.
He's
to
got
hear
better things to
you've
do,
got
and is this really the person you want to converse with?
Well, I'll be there.
Alright, what we got? We're
They're
just gonna
currently-
push
There
him
are
in.
people
cur-
waiting behind you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna push him in.
Are they?
There are. I meant, but everyone was
We got line.
I meant you didn't. There's not a line, but there are people mingling, especially in and out of the flower shop. That's where sort of the culmination of people are, and they are all well dressed, put together. You definitely stand out as a whole in this area. The vibes are very genteel. And there are every now and then folks sliding in and out of the set of the door on the other side, but most are milling about the garden area. Yeah, he gestures you in. He says, "Make sure to behave yourselves. Don't make me come back in there after you." Stop after he goes through. He stops you. Is he with you? Are you paying for him?
No, I can pay for myself, but we are companions. I'll drop the sack of gold in his hand.
He's looking through it. As he's looking through it, someone else walks up and he nods to them and they walk through and he
I get it. Thank you.
Because he's a regular. Alright, my friend. You're about to experience a world of pleasure.
I'm just imagining you throwing like your arm over my head, like, let's go!
Yeah, pretty much.
This is great. Lovely.
Fully.
One more thing. Any weapons need to remain out here.
I mean, what about these weapons, my friend?
I think those are fine.
Maybe. Maybe.
I'm sure that
I mean, I have an
they'll
obvious weapon on my
appreciate
back,
them
so.
more inside than outside.
I pull out my large trident and longbow and short sword.
Seriously going in fully, you're just
Truly,
full-on
like
fucking
TSA
Fellowship
line,
of
like
the
put it all in the
Ring.
bins.
There are bins. The one
There are 2 towers.
next to him is writing down what you're putting in
Excellent.
to keep note of it. He says, "And your name."
Chris. I know it's my land service name. Just put Chris. That'll do fine.
You have a surname, Chris.
Not that you'll understand.
Okay, I still need a surname.
You told me it was Brinestone.
Brinestone. Sir Chris, then.
Deception check.
What are you doing?
I'll give it to you at advantage because he said it way more convincingly.
Because it's sort of related to your name.
Yeah, but I don't want it to be related to my name! That's the whole point of the lie!
He was just like,
But
oh.
like,
He's in pocket.
Yeah, wrapping
Ears,
her
ears, face.
21.
Are you delaying in?
because if we find out what to say, like if I say Brian, like at some point or whatever, and they overhear us, at least there's some semblance of like fuck-uppery that we can, play for us. And
All, 21. Can I add to the lie?
Sure.
I'm gonna, in Aquin, say something that sounds like Brinestone, like, I can't even do it. But something like sounds similar-ish, like, and he just
say-
extrapolated, but...
So, how could you forget your name and I'll cast guidance on you?
Excellent. Yeah, but,
Does that add anything?
I had already cast it on myself.
Okay, never mind.
You'll feel extra guided.
I'll use yours. Nice.
Is it better?
No, it's one less.
Okay. I
Um,
did nag you a little bit.
okay.
It's.
Um,
I can
they-
write it if you need me to. Like,
No, it's really for our purposes.
that's what I figured.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I
And
was
you
asking.
don't have any weapons to.
No, like I
Speak
said,
up.
I've just got this.
Alright, please understand that if you're found with any weaponry after having entered the premises, you will be asked to leave, you will be forced to leave, and you will not be welcomed back at the Violet Garden.
Understood, mate. Appreciate
Sounds
you
great.
looking out for our
Please
well-being.
enjoy your time. Behave.
After
Not
just some
too
distressed
much now.
noises, Nor, she relays the gist of it.
Okay.
It starts with like,
As we walk, I'm just gonna pull up my. I'm so uncomfortable right now.
You guys walk in to the Violet Garden. You find, as you walk in, you are, assailed doesn't sound like the right word because that sounds mean, but you walk into the scent of roses that draws your eyes immediately to vines of roses that have been formed to climb around the entirety of the balcony, the internal balcony, and up the stair railing. Though the lighting is very soft in here, though there seem to be many people around, it is still quiet. There is beautiful music lulling through the air from a violinist over at the side, standing on not a makeshift stage, but a stage that was clearly built in to the building itself. There are fine red curtains that close behind them and seem to cover a space external to that. Everywhere you look, there are people interacting in various slightly intimate ways. Not in any way lewd or flirtatious, definitely, but I use intimate purposefully because it feels the conversation feels intimate. Everyone's a little bit closer than you would expect. It's all very soft murmurings. Next to the hearth, there is a lady in a beautiful gown and long flowing locks who is seemingly telling a story to several folks sitting in cushioned chairs, raptly paying attention. There is a game of some sort of card type going on at one of the tables with another very finely dressed woman whose fingers are long and elegant as she sets out the cards, and again, all is paid rapt attention. The people who went in ahead of you go ahead to sort of a desk that also seems to serve as a bar for the building.
Do I have two questions.
Yes.
And both are probably going to require a perception check. Do
Okay.
I recognize anybody, specifically any female?
Why don't you go ahead and put your
Got
characters on
Where the door at?
the door
Where the door
here.
at?
Where the door? Oh, this is the balcony.
Nor, she
Um,
would relay, well, to both of you,
Well,
not
I mean,
just
this is
Nor.
a door
She would
over here.
relay the basic layout.
Oh no, yeah,
and try
it's
to
over
give you
here.
dimensions.
That's the way to go. Yeah.
I want to get my little mouse.
Yeah, in fact, it feels almost as though the architect of the building was designed to make you weave through the different offerings of things going on to get to the back where there's sort of a check-in. Huh? It's IKEA. You have to pass everything in order to get
I would
to check
have
out.
seen it. So yeah, do I recognize anybody? And the other thing I'd like to look for is, do I see any like of the workers with a pearl necklace, pearl bracelet, anything that we might be able,
That's not
anybody
fashion
who
right now.
you might be able to buy a
Give
pearl
me
off.
2 separate perception checks.
Guidance on you.
Guidance. Oh, you're doing nice.
Sure.
Guidance, okay.
I would like to look for any particular races of note.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my dice for roll
Make
on
a
this one.
perception check.
That's what I would have wanted to do. So I appreciate you for doing that.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, buddy. Don't you have inspiration, or did you
Yeah,
already
I
use
burned
it?
it
Did you
already
add-
to get here.
Did you add a 4 to it?
I have not yet.
Okay. I rolled 4 for you on my guy.
Alright, so did I. 6.
Okay, 6 on the first one.
Yeah, on seeing if I recognize anybody.
As I recall, and correct me if I'm wrong, was this a place that Heath ever actually was a patron of? I don't believe it was.
No.
Yeah.
But
So
I'm
it's
looking-
not.
I'm
Oh, I
looking to
know who
see,
you're
yeah.
looking for. Consistently, you underestimate me, my friend.
Sorry, I'm just double checking that we're on the same wavelength.
I appreciate that.
I apologize for underestimating.
No, you're good. I know who you're looking for. I'm just saying that to say that it is not surprising to Heath as you go through, even though I know you're looking for a particular person, that you
Like
don't
your bunny shirt.
recognize any of the faces.
And it's
All the folks who it's difficult almost in the sense of finery to make out who is a worker versus who is a patron. It's very clear, some of them, who the patrons are. Yourselves, for instance, stand out as very clearly not being workers here. But in terms of finery, there are a lot of fine people throughout the building. But as you walk through, it is still clear to tell who the workers are because they have a sense of confidence and decorum about them, and eyes are drawn towards them. So finery here and there, but you can tell, and all are entertaining in some way, whether it's by the music, the game, the story. They tend to be attracting the attention of folks in the room.
17 on the pearl check,
17 on
which I
pearls.
feel like narratively works because I was looking for the pearls and the other thing was just sort of, I wonder.
Sure.
Did you add a D4 to that too?
I did. I rolled a 1 on that d4. So.
Yeah, you do see you see that the musician who is currently playing the violin is wearing a set of pearls. It's one of those long ones that come down and wrap twice. And that is all you currently see.
Alright then. And they're on
21
the stage.
to check for any particular races of note.
Okay.
Or animals, obviously. Always
or
want to know what animals are around.
Animals? Okay. There are currently no animals
I
that
figured
you
that
can
would be the
see
case.
other than what is in your pocket.
Okay.
Alright, my friend. Let me show you around. And I'll just sort of make our way. Is the violinist at the.
Mhm.
Okay. And I will.
I would also like to do a perception check on if the scent of roses smells like natural rose scent or if
Okay.
it smells like synthetic or magical.
It's being pumped in.
Okay.
I dig
I
it.
like that.
It's like
Go for it.
pacifying people. I don't know.
Guidance.
Thank you.
Holy shit.
Ooh, that's very good.
So,
30-20.
nice.
Oh, I didn't even have my modifier.
Oh, dirty 20 with.
28.
Nice.
Now we're talking.
I can't see shit.
Rat radar. Sniff.
Just a little
Or I
nose.
guess
Yeah.
sniff dog?
28 for sniffing,
Yes.
For sense.
and you're trying to see if it's a synthetic smell. Or
Yeah, if it seems altered in any way, or if it's just they've got real great roses in here.
Okay. I'm gonna read this out. Okay, yeah. With the 28, you are very familiar with plants. At this point, you're very familiar with smelling. You gather the scent of real roses, but it also seems to have been bolstered.
Okay.
Like there's a slight I would say there's a slight tinge that you've smelled before when something like prestidigitation or other things that create a scent, create the scent instead of the natural thing. And that is present, but so is the natural smell.
Okay.
I have another perception check
Okay.
request.
Yes.
Can I spot, and I know the odds are low, any flaws in their flower setup?
How so? What do you mean?
Like, is there a spot where they fucked up, or like the plants are being well maintained? Just a spot where
Okay.
where the quality is dipped.
Okay, is there something that I should know that you're looking for that?
Nope. There's
Okay.
nothing special. I just wanted to know if there's a spot where they're where they're slacking.
Okay, make me a nature check, I guess. Or a perception check. Oh, I can grab these
This
pieces.
is what you get when you send the druid in the
They're like, they said they're gonna send me in.
24.
Instead of letting me go into the garden, I'm gonna figure out what's up with the roses.
We're gonna use our expertise one way or another.
24. I mean, there are. It's not perfectly manicured.
Okay. Thank you.
There are it looks
She
beautiful.
shows me around any spot that we passed by that was like slightly not great. I'm just gonna use Druid Trap to try and fix it up a little bit.
Okay. There's nothing. It's not meant to. It's to reflect a pattern or anything. So there's not really a great or not great. It's just roses along a balcony and on some stairs. So you were headed straight to the stage?
Yeah. And basically, not trying to like barge up there. Like I am trying to be at least understanding. So like, if there's a table nearby to kind of chill at, or just sort of being in the proximity while they're playing, and I'm not going to interrupt them their performance, I guess, or at least their current song, you know.
Okay.
There are tables. You can sit at one.
Okay. You said there was a storytelling going on as well?
Mm-hmm. Next to the hearth.
I'm gonna listen in on this story.
Okay.
Sit close enough to where I can hear what's going on. Also might have to separate from
Okay. Somehow we always end up on the opposite
Opposite
side
side.
of
Oh,
where
yeah.
I can reach.
Yes.
But it's fine.
Let me know if you want to move.
I appreciate it. Okay, so you guys settle in to just sort of listen?
For now, yeah. And I will, I guess... I will wait until, like, if they're doing a song, I'll wait until they finish the song.
Okay.
Is there, like, a tip jar somewhere?
No, there's not a tip jar. There is another guard next to
Okay.
the stage.
So at the end of a song, then I would like to approach.
Okay. You guys have not sat down for very long before, like you've barely sat down before someone approaches you. I'm going to try for some violin and see if that works. Before a couple people sweep up and approach you, they place drinks next to you. Yours is a beer. Or an ale, I would say.
I've got your number.
I was gonna say, I was like, fuck, they got me pegged at that.
Very curious as to what they bring me.
Yours, I think, would be a floral wine.
I'll take a floral wine.
I get so annoyed when I look for violin music, and then it's piano. It says soft violin, but most of what you hear is piano. And I'm like, why?
Yeah, describe it. I specifically did not search for this.
Right.
Why are you forcing yourself
It's
on me?
specific, and it says soft violin, and I'm like, that's not what this is. I'm confused.
You have.
Violin so soft, all you hear is piano.
Maybe, I mean, you You could search for like
That was funny.
That was very
quartet,
That
or
tickled me
quintet music,
deeply.
string quintet. Yeah.
There is
There's a level of dry wit that gets so dry, but yet it still really makes like is really funny to me. But it gets so dry that I don't laugh. Like I don't know if it makes any sense. That was at that level. That was very very funny.
So the drinks are put down in front of you. Are you sort of how rapt do you feel that you're paying attention to the things that you're paying attention to? How caught up in the thing?
Depends on what the story is.
Yeah. I would only be listening,
What?
so I would be paying close attention to the things I'm hearing, since I literally can't do anything
Sure.
else.
Yeah, no one's really offering you anything.
I'm not really on watch for
I'm gonna
anything.
need another stealth check from you, actually.
I would be like sort of, since I'm not listening to the song. I'm waiting for it to be finished to approach. So I'm kind of also just looking around,
that makes
to
sense.
gauge. I'm trying to figure out how this establishment works because
Yeah.
I've never been there before.
Yeah,
you
of
know what
course.
we've done.
I
One of the
would be
Enter
rather
place. What the fuck do I
reactive because
do?
I'm not on lookout for anything. He's the one looking for all the things. So
Sure.
I'm mostly here as support. So
sure.
yeah.
The
That's it. Have
young
my
woman
attention pretty
who approaches you asks, Brian asks, how may we serve you today? And the young woman who approaches you, she has dark hair braided into loops that come back up into her hair and sort of fall down loosely. And she says, "What are you doing here?"
Do I know who this is?
As soon as you look up and see her face, you see that this is Amelia, who you have not seen at work before, but who you know from the town.
Oh, that Amelia. Okay. Shit, that was not who I was expecting. I don't know who, I don't know her, right?
You know each other in passing. You've never seen her at work. And she would not necessarily have any reason to know you very well.
Okay. And you are?
Amelia?
Oh, that Amelia. Right.
Oh, you've heard of me.
Sure?
I've heard of you.
Have you?
Hmm.
How?
What are you doing here?
To be honest, we were just looking for Pearl, and maybe...
We don't have anyone named Pearl here.
No, like a physical pearl, like that's worth a pretty penny. I've got a bloke who we're trying to stay at least a little bit.
So try a pawn shop?
This is more fun.
This is on time to pick honesty.
I know that you do not have the coin for this place.
That's a bit judgmental.
No, it's a bit in the know.
How much gold do you think I have?
I would be surprised if you had any gold at all.
Well, if I didn't have any gold, then your bounces are shit. 'Cause I took
Or you
right-
slipped in somehow.
Look,
Is this loud enough for me to hear, or is she like right up in his
If
ear?
y'all are right next to each other, you can hear it, but it is a very soft conversation. She is not trying to make any
Above
sort of
tables. Do
scene.
you want me to be participating in this, or do you want this to be a one-on-one?
I don't care. Look, I understand that you might have some assumptions about me. I admit, not my Sunday or whatever fucking equivalent day attire.
Not my you may best.
Yeah. not my
This is not my
Temple.
bountiful outfit.
yes. This is not my, Bounty Day outfit, right? But
Oh, I think it is.
This one's got some
I've
clever
got
wit.
I've gotten dolled up like once before. It wasn't in this. Maybe once. But anyway, look, your judgments, and I pull out my purse and pull it open, are misconstrued, at least. Today. I promise we're trying to be honest and not start anything. We're trying to just, have a good time before, we might use the services to get out of the city without being seen.
She gives you an odd look and straightens up and sort of smooths out her dress that does not need smoothing out.
Classy.
She doesn't want to see you, Heath.
Oh.
So don't play dumb. There's only one reason you would be here.
No, I told you the reason I'm here.
To get pearls.
To get a pearl.
I get the sense that you know he's an idiot. So, for once, he's
never
being
met before.
honest. Yeah, but still, I think she gets it.
We've hardly met before.
Point made.
It doesn't take a lot to have to meet you and generally get the vibe.
Why does everyone assume they know me before knowing me?
You just hear it in your mind. There.
I don't want to talk up too hard, but I think it'll be helpful right now.
I didn't mean for this to turn into doggy on Heath.
This is also my life.
Your party mates are not very nice to you.
No!
Everyone
assumes so much about
In fairness
me.
to them, you're very prickly, you lean into all of those assumptions, and you can be a real dick sometimes.
You don't share everything.
And you don't share, you can't be upset when people make assumptions about you when you don't share things about yourself. But I'm feeling a little bit bad
Nobody else.
about, people do ask!
Do they?
Yes!
No, they don't.
Maven has asked you many questions! And so has Aoife!
Have you? I feel like I've answered every question. So
No, you have been deliberately dodgy. Sorry, I'm thinking of, have you guys seen, the old Robin Hood thing? You deliberately dodged.
Which one?
The old Robin Hood with the fox.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
like
yeah.
animated
Okay,
Robin Hood.
okay,
I haven't
okay.
seen that one in too long.
It's the only one that matters. Anyway, apologies. I was just feeling bad for Heath.
Yeah, but so he's a bit of an idiot. But for once, he is being honest.
There's no need to be rude.
I'm not trying to rude. I'm trying to be honest.
There's no point in, there's no need to insult his intelligence. I'm not trying to be unkind. I'm simply saying that I know what you're here for and you're not going to get it. So you might as well leave and save all of us the trouble.
What? We can't get pearl from you?
Alright, Heath, if that's how you want it. How may I serve you?
Well, if you could get a pearl that's worth about 100 gold, that would... It was 100 gold, right?
I think so.
Yes. That's worth about 100 gold that a friend of mine could use. That would be great. Otherwise, I mean, how much would it cost to get, say... How many of us are there? 6?
You don't have to count me.
About 6 people sneakily out of the city.
Also, some fruit would be great. And my hair is rather matted. I don't know if anyone here could braid that for me, but that would be lovely.
We have that service.
Excellent.
And we can provide.
If you're asking.
And she calls back to a young elven woman, sort of short of stature. What the fuck is happening?
She's laughing too hard, I broke!
This whole situation.
She gestures to a young elven woman who comes forward and she says,
Wasn't that
he would like to have his hair braided. Please take him upstairs. Bring a bowl of fruit.
It's nervous laughter.
And she reaches for your hand.
I mean, I would prefer not to have to leave my friend, but...
I mean, if you want to get your hair braided, go right ahead. Just, if you get into trouble, well, don't get into trouble.
I think
I'm not
that
worried.
you're confused about what we do here. We provide services to bring comfort and joy.
Well, I appreciate the clarification. This is my first time here, as you might probably know. So I'm just trying to see the things I don't normally see, right? But also, yeah, 100 gold worth per oil.
We don't sell things here. We sell services. If you would like a service, whatever you would like. If you see something that catches your eye that you would like to partake in, please feel free.
Could I, say, purchase a delivery service of a 100 gold worth per oil? I could even run over to the other end of the room if
If
you
you would
want.
like a private room, we have rooms upstairs.
Will there be a pearl there that's worth about 100 gold?
Why are we here?
I know.
She's right. We should be in the pawn shop.
We didn't want to go because it would be fucking conspicuous.
Less than this.
Yeah, this is a place where people go to do things that they don't,
I love that Heath's concept of a place we go to do things underhanded.
We discussed this!
I know! I'm saying I love that your concept of that is I go in and just say, I'd like to do some underhanded shit. It's just very neat.
I feel like
I
that
enjoy
was a good
Is
time
that
for a
what
mission
it is?
report about how we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
she's
don't-
talking to us and we're going,
It sounds like
Just
you
the
might
entire time.
want to speak to the lady of the house. So
that-
why don't I bring you to meet her?
I suppose so. I mean, before we do that, can you explain, the people just brought us drinks. Do we need to, when do we pay? Right? Because sometimes you have to go to a place and, pay at a specific location, right? They've got a cashier or whatever, and sometimes you pay directly through the servers and all that, and sometimes it's very confusing,
There will
especially
be
the
a
first
sum
time.
exactly at the end. Are you worried about how much it will be?
No, I was just wanted to get over the social anxiety of trying to figure out how this, whole pay thing worked.
Jaren. And she speaks to a tall, lean elven man who is a little ways across the room, but he hears her. And he sort of sweeps over and she says, bring a bottle of lavender oil and some butter, please. And he sweeps away and comes back with a bottle of oil and a tin. I suggest taking these to one of the ladies upstairs. They can ease your anxiety.
Okay.
But first,
Go to see the lady. Can I tip the performer? I mean, the violinist is excellent.
she's paid well.
I mean, I could show my gratitude. I mean,
Would you like to show your gratitude to the violinist?
sure.
Then thank her when she's done playing.
I must pay it really well.
Would you like to see the lady of the house?
I guess I have to. Right. Yeah, I'm choking on a British half. I have to.
Would you like for Laren to massage the oil into your shoulders as we go?
Strangers.
Oh, absolutely, he should.
Strangers
Yes.
putting oil on me doesn't feel right. Anyway, but
Whatever makes you comfortable.
yeah, sure. Let's go see the lady in the house.
Low-key
Amelia.
so nice.
I didn't really want to impose because I don't think what I'm asking for is really that difficult. But if you're the boss, well, not the boss, but the boss for now.
You're asking for services we don't provide. It is our desire to see all of our customers leave here happy, so it must be brought to the lady of the house.
No, we're being taken to a manager.
Fair Fair enough. Lead the way.
Speaking of, what are Noor and Priya doing right now?
We're standing at the garden center, like listening to like Aoife's
Commentary.
commentary and going, what is happening? While also, I'm assuming, just pretending like we are browsing.
Yeah, just kind of like
You know, like,
every once in a
Beauregard,
while.
this looks
Like,
great on our front porch. Like,
did you say Beauregard?
She calls you
Excellent. I
Beauregard
love
for
that.
sure.
I love that.
What a great name.
There is a bright, golden-haired woman who appears at first to be human, standing at the desk, who sort of is sweeping through everyone and answering questions and getting bouquets together, and a quiet, muscular, brown-haired, brown-bearded man who just sort of stays behind the desk and answers questions when people come over. She does sweep over to you at one point, and when she does, you see that she has two small horns at the front of her head. Welcome! It's your first time here, yes? I haven't seen your faces before.
No, we're
Here all the way from Corsia.
yes.
Wrong
New
mission.
to the city.
Out of place.
Had a great
You are
time.
welcome to be
I would
here.
talk to
Please
all of them.
peruse. I don't have any Corsia specials right now, but maybe you're looking for something outside of your usual
Right.
flora.
You know, we were considering something initially that would be hardier, survive the journey, and of course, you know, they'd have to stay above the tree line, but everything here is so beautiful and verdant, and even if it only lasts for a little while, is there something particularly special, exotic, that you could show us?
something that is local, something that is specially known for this region.
I will have to go look and maybe, whip something up. I'll be right back. I'll think about what I might put together for you. My name's Daisy. I'm so glad to meet you.
Wonderful,
And
wonderful.
you were? I'm so sorry, so rude of me. I should have asked your names before giving mine.
It's no problem. I'm Beauregard, and this is Amelia.
Amazing to meet you. You two are just the loveliest couple. And I'm
Thank
so
you.
Anyway, that is my husband right there, Ralph. If you have anything that you need, just let me know. That was you. Both of them were you.
Ralph?
Yes. Don't come at me.
Did I really? I knew Daisy was me. Did you say Daisy had horns?
She does.
Like full teething horns or like little cute?
Small teething horns.
Wanna marry Daisy.
What the fuck?
Sugar cookie.
You got it.
And she sort of like
Hello.
bustles away to go try to pull
Fortunately,
something together.
Okay, so seems like we have a moment. She's going to be away trying to, I guess, wow us for a little bit. Also, I don't really want to be spending a ton of money. We're just going to have to ditch it, whatever. I suppose.
You already have inspiration.
I do.
That's so good. Also, Beauregard.
Oh,
Good.
Love Beauregard so much.
Just gonna go all day.
Okay, so I don't know how much poking around you should do here. I mean, no offense, she seems lovely, but
Right.
Daisy also seems a little ditzy. I'm not so sure how in the know she is about maybe some of the other
Fuck me, I did
things that
I know. I would never have named the character Ralph.
Sorry.
I would only name a character Durf. Okay.
Oh man.
If I'm gonna name someone something ridiculous and simple, it's going to be fantasy ridiculous and simple.
I apologize for. I mean, you were right.
I'm messing with you, man.
the best part was I was so expecting another like earth related or
Right.
flower
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
and my husband, like
Yeah.
Oak or something.
Yeah, something
some
like
shit.
that.
But it's like, and my husband, Rowan, and
Yeah.
my husband Ralph.
Ralph.
Okay.
Don't drink.
No defense. I don't remember.
No,
what
it's
You
great.
don't need one. It was a moment of
Listen,
comedic relief.
the biggest thing about you not remembering this, the only thing about it that bothers me is that I have integrated every piece of information you gave me down to
Or if not for
Okay,
you.
no defense, it was months ago that I wrote Ralphus' name. I didn't, because he's not important to me.
Exactly!
I don't care.
Amazing. Okay. So, you guys, we're saying, I don't want to spend money here.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Daisy seems ditzy.
Yeah, is there do they appear to be the only two, like, working?
Yes.
Okay.
And there are, I'm assuming, other patrons
Yes,
who are
milling
routing
about.
and-
Again, everyone's pretty well dressed. There are definitely some folks with your innate insight and perception who are sort of casting glances more at Nor than at you, but are sort of like, okay.
Are they judging you guys as a couple?
Yeah.
It's like, they don't belong together.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, I was gonna say, so it's entirely possible that this side of the business is legitimate and it, kind of keeps itself up and it
Right.
allows them to keep appearances. But
It's a front, but it's a well-run front.
and that's what I want to find out. You can keep a secret. My brother had a little bit of a run-in. He moonlighted as a smuggler for a little while. And so I feel like there's something more here. I don't want to go around and start tipping over flower pots.
Right.
I don't know. I'm just wondering, hearing how things are going over there, it seems like we've entirely evaporated any leverage we might have. So, I don't know, maybe we try to see if we can notice anything that might point to something more nefarious around here.
Right, I'll look around, see if I see anything that, I don't know, looks like it might be out of wrong,
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
think
kind
I'll...
Like oversized pots or like.
Right, like something that just doesn't quite fit.
I love it.
Yeah, same
Okay.
thing if I can.
Do you guys want to roll separately, or do you want to roll at advantage?
I'll roll it.
You should roll it.
Remind
We got some
you
more
have guidance.
Go ahead
Claire.
and roll separately
yourself.
and still roll at advantage, Priya. Because you specifically would be familiar not with smuggling, but with secret places in buildings. Yeah.
Okay,
And the
that's
type of thing you're looking for.
30.
Whatever song this is, you put it on loop.
I have it on loop.
Nice.
Is this investigation?
No, this would be perception.
Perception, okay.
Okay, a 30.
And that was not a nat
It
20?
was a 19
Oh,
with guidance.
incredible.
With a 4, and I rolled a 4 on the guidance.
Kino asks if these are titans, which are giants, is there a harp? Which reminds me of Jack and the Beanstalk. We will see. Okay, 30. Woo! That is a nigh impossible thing.
That's great.
Okay, so I love this so much. What did you get?
I got a 16,
16,
so I
okay.
mean, like, I was pretty happy.
You're
but
like,
damn.
yeah. Okay.
I knew I was asking
I'm
the
so
right person.
excited. You were! Weirdly, we thought that this was not the right duo to come in here, and it still might not have been, but definitely weirdly good. Priya, you are familiar with temples of Koros. Each one, to your knowledge, uniquely, what is the word? Design with secret passages to gather the secrets of Koros and take them to a safe place where they can be read, filed, and if grand and important enough or significant enough, taken to the great temple of Koros. So you are actually very familiar with places that have secret compartments, secret passages, anything like that would be something that you know to look for and suss out in a building. So it is with trained and practiced eyes that you see a couple of secret doors, very well hidden. If I didn't know what to look for,
Right.
I would not have sussed this out. Because they move seamlessly into the wall, they're not in the places that one might look for automatically and expect, and they're covered by things. But you do see a couple of secret entrances or exits in. You're able to sort of, one of them is in the front area, more towards the desk, and one of them you're able to suss out from getting an angle into the back as Daisy goes back there to look. Nor you are more familiar with the actual act of smuggling. And what you notice is more of, and maybe I should have made you do investigation for this, but considering what you're looking for, more of an indiscretion between like the storage and the wares. The amount of things here for storage does not, like your instincts in looking at these sorts of things, in supply, in movement of things, lets you know that that doesn't match up. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
So I tell Norris like there's some very well hidden doors,
They're,
passageways.
and it appears they have quite a supply of whatever it is they're moving, or at least the space to hold whatever they need to move. What do you think the likelihood is that we could get through one of those
Ourselves.
doors? Ooh. Out of the city.
I should have indicated, the one in the back. No. The one in the back goes down. The one in next to the desk seems to go into the next building.
Would we know these doors? So they're like you detected them, but they're like closed currently. They're part of the environment. They're not like okay.
Do y'all want me to give you a minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll go back to our other.
Unless
Our other.
Are we splitting up?
Someone said
They offered me to
fruit.
another room.
Someone said fruit and braided hair. Giddy up.
No, yes, same to you. Vibes.
It's
You
Kino.
understand me. Kino!
Are we
Yes!
gonna try to sneak
Yes, Kino.
into them?
there's some strap, but I can throw up an illusion, and I can also go invisible. There's also a distraction. I don't know. Let's hold our cards and see
Yeah, I'm
how.
not sure what we're trying to gain by entering the door at the moment.
At this point, I think it would only be leverage. Just to see if there's something down there that we can hold against them.
Sorry, guys.
I don't know if there's a way we could potentially both get down there, but if there's anybody moving around down there, then we're immediately.
Yeah.
You guys, coming back to. Oh, did you make me a stealth check, my
It was
girl?
a dirty 20.
It was a dirty 20.
Yes.
Okay.
With guidance in my modifier.
I'm about to oust you whenever we get a separate room by just pulling you out. But, you know, it's... For now.
Just drop a grape in the pocket.
You guys are.
You better have said
Down
that ahead of
hallway.
time, otherwise...
She would have. Well.
On this side is where you would enter, by Amelia. As you come down this area, there are doors to either side of you. Some are closed, some are not. You spy through one of them a group of people lounging in, there's a lot of, benches and cushions, and they are pouring powdered substances out of little bags. The powder is very bright, different colors. Bright blue, bright purple, bright pink, bright green, bright yellow, and they are sniffing it and bursting into hysterical laughter.
Would I have any concept of what this is?
Giggle root.
Well, I can't see, so never mind. No, I wouldn't.
You can smell it. You're like, there's something weird that I'm smelling. You would know what this is. Yeah, for sure. So a lot of laughter coming from that room. You pass another where there are a bunch of people just lounging. Some of them are lounging in people's laps and having their hair stroked and brushed. It's all very, again, low, chill ambiance. As you move under the stairs, because you're in a hallway that you're moving under the stairs right now, you hear a beautiful song being sung from upstairs. I think that this is, hold up, I think this is the one. No, this is not the one. I think this one. I'm very sad because I had it prepared.
It's all good. We're chilling.
To answer your question about whether or not we're going split, I mean, it's up to you whether or not you went up to go do the braid thing.
I mean, I wouldn't just leave you,
You don't
unless you wanted me to. But I also want I don't know what you're trying to achieve exactly now. So I don't know if me being around is going to hinder or help you. So I guess you'd get a look.
Aaron has no plan. Aaron is trying to get a pearl. Aaron is just going with the flow.
What about Heath? Does Heath have a plan?
Heath also doesn't have a plan.
With an F.
Heath also
There it is.
doesn't have a plan. Heath is just trying to get the
We can't
pearl.
talk back, right? We can only hear.
Yeah, you can only
Yeah.
hear.
I can't send her a message.
You could.
Check
No,
the rules of
things
message
are not-
because it has certain rules about penetrating walls and whatnot.
No,
said this was-
message I can send wherever.
Yeah, message you can send to
I'm
walls.
sending.
Yeah, but it still has a limitation of how far.
It does.
Message. You're talking about sending.
Sending.
Yeah, sending is a different
Oh,
thing.
sending is a different
Yeah,
thing.
sending.
Yeah, a message is a whisper.
Yeah.
From about
Sending.
60 feet, I think.
Yeah.
She's saying she has sending.
Gotcha. Okay.
You hear
Yes,
Song.
6 words.
that only Nor would have recognized if he was here, aside from Heath. Because you hear a beautiful voice drifting from upstairs that matches the song you heard in the gloam.
Brutal.
Okay. Where do I hear that coming from?
You are right now in a hallway underneath the stairs. You hear it drifting from upstairs as you pass underneath
What was this girl's
the
name?
room.
The
Amelia.
one we're with is with Amelia. Yeah.
Amelia.
Is it the
Whoever's singing is doing such a
Is it the
wonderful
Ruby?
job.
Yes, she's one of our favorites.
I don't
Make
know if
me
this is-
a quick insight check.
Okay. Oh, that's not my greatest roll. 16?
You see her eyes sort of flit over to Heath when she says that, and then, but just a momentary quick thing.
Perhaps I'm overstepping here. I'm getting the sense that's the woman he's not supposed to see and doesn't want to see him, which makes my next request probably sus beyond belief. But you had said that you saw people's desires here and brought them comfort.
She's not going to bring me comfort,
I'm not thinking about you, Heath.
Why is Brian so mean to Heath?
It's not. He's just being. Actually, in fact, this would come across differently than all the other times which I've chastised you. Because
put that
This time.
This time it's friendly.
It seems like he is just lost in concern. Like there's some real fear in Brian's voice, and then like he almost instinctively responded dismissively, and then he's like, and then he turns out, I'm sorry.
Is this about what I think it's about?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That makes more sense now. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
That happens so much in this group. Like, is this what I think it is? Oh my god. And everyone else is like, what?
That happened the first time we were in the Gloam when the singing started, and he was like, is this who I think it is? And I was like, yeah. And everyone was like, who is it? And it's like, you're not gonna know for 20 sessions.
Wait,
He's gonna turn back to because he was being dismissive. He's like, I'm sorry, and then he just turns, but then he does continue to dismiss you, and turns back to her. There's a song that I kind of know the melody. Your singers and songwriters are clearly very talented. If I were to try and imitate it to them, could they transcribe it for me, write it, or even perhaps sing it for me?
We have musicians of a talent that might be able to do something like that. It would be dependent on your own skill. They can only work with the raw materials they're given.
I remember it fairly well. I'm not a musician, but I would be willing to pay as much coin as I have. So,
Very well.
let's have this.
We'll see that the musicians come to see you.
Thank you.
If
I need to separate
Jaren, who had come with behind in case Heath wanted the oil massage into his scalp as he walked, she turns to him and she says, "Tell Lyra that when she's finished playing, to come and see us." And he turns and leaves.
Thank you.
This way. She leads you
She tells me to do otherwise.
further past make me another stealth check.
I'm gonna.
Further past down the hall and into a kitchen area, past that into slightly downstairs into a cellar, and into a back
Doesn't make sense if I
door
whisper to you.
from there.
Is this?
It's not good. I did roll an advantage.
What'd you roll?
The low side was 1.
speak Elvish,
9. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to add my modifier. 11.
Okay.
11.
When you get out of the hallway, I will say she turns and looks at Brian for a second, just kind of sort of like.
In fact, I was already gonna do this, so I feel like this will be great.
Okay.
Moment of sus. Because I'm gonna whisper something to Eva.
Okay, what are you gonna whisper to Eva?
This is a little off the mission, and I have some fears about this melody. If I start to act weird, knock me out or put me to sleep or something. Okay. Yeah. Cool. When I say that in Elvish.
What is? She doesn't. Do you speak Elvish?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you speak Elvish and
Lomish, yeah.
and Lomish. Lomish is Sylvan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I also speak
Common,
English.
Lomish, Elven.
Good. Good. I'm not actually trying to hide this from you.
Well, I'm just saying to DM, I also speak English.
Okay, good. Yeah, because your father is an elf, but he's
Yeah.
not. He's
I
not.
think we
Lomish.
all do, right?
Yeah.
I picked Elvish, but I meant
It's
to
half
pick
elf, half
Gloom.
elf.
Yeah.
I thought that was just Elvish, so it would be whatever the Gloom
I don't know.
language
Gloom
is.
Well, Kazuma.
That would be Sylvan.
Okay, then this is in
Okay.
Sylvan then.
Okay.
Okay,
She turns
Sorry.
and she says, "What's happening here?"
Tell her you're trying to remember the melody.
I'm just trying to remember the melody. It's.
She pokes your chest. She pokes you.
I stay very still.
Oh, it pokes her or
Yeah.
pokes me?
Well, she's in your pocket.
Sweet.
I thought.
It's a good
Lady
I
Interesting
spoke,
would
to be clear, I spoke
understand.
into his mind. I didn't make noises.
I'm
Okay.
with you. What are you carrying?
I carry my friends and companions.
What?
I'm just gonna do it. He's gonna like the most
Neither
casually.
Shane nor the character knows what to do with that.
He's gonna most casually, like he does this every day, just scoop right out of his pocket.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You brought a rat in here!
I brought a mouse, and she's a fine lady. Bite your
Get
tongue.
that out of here right now! This is not a place where you can have animals!
Madam. Can't even get through it. Madam,
Sir.
calm yourself. She is no mere animal.
I'm just gonna start grooming my paw.
We are not permitted to have. She seems like she's trying to, like, master herself, but also is struggling. We are not permitted to have rodents on the premises.
It's so offensive.
You should.
She doesn't know. She doesn't
Have-
know.
I'm so.
Okay.
You can't keep that thing in here. That thing is not permitted in
Consider it an emotional support animal.
here. No!
Watch.
What does that even
Dance?
mean? Make me a performance check.
Guidance! You're literally in my palm!
Like what kind of dance? Is like this hip hop?
Natural 20!
Yes! Yes!
Oh, Jesus.
My
The rat bullshit continues!
The rat princess is a lovely dancer.
Elegant! Refined!
Oh my god!
In my headcanon, there's a rat somewhere that spies
It's a tiny dancer.
She
You
just
gotta pitch it up to rat levels.
She
just says into your brain. She just
Please pass one advice to
already have it.
already have one.
says into your
You got
mind.
inspiration?
She just, I think
I
she
passed
just,
one. I passed one through you.
Yeah.
she just says into your
It's
mind,
right there.
consider this payment for fruit.
That is
It's-
very impressive.
Yeah, she's not just a mere rodent, she's not gonna cause any problems.
But
She's
this is
trained
not-
beyond belief.
This is not a carnival. This isn't like parlor tricks.
Does
This
this
is a
look like a
fine-
mere parlor trick?
Yes,
I'm just trying to
It
demonstrate
looks like a
to you.
very impressive parlor trick. Oh my god! Why is it waving at me?
Listen, I understand that I am a far traveler, so things don't work
She
here
just
the
looks
way
at
they
you.
work normally.
I'm like
But in my
kind of
like,
just space cadeting right now, so
in farther
You just
lands,
I'm more like just
What is Heath's, because Peter sort of pulled it onto him, which I understand
Sorry,
why
go
he did that, but what is Heath's response to hearing this music?
very much like
glad you brought back.
stunned
What's wrong, didn't I?
because he thought he didn't see her.
That eye can just go away.
So yeah, he's kind of
The
like
ITA.
Oh yeah, there you go. Thank you.
he kind of gets drawn in like and
Light eye over it.
you know
No,
that's
it's
where
okay.
they once
Yeah.
they're with all the commotion.
You get that she's upstairs and that's why you didn't see her, right?
I'm not with it.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Just make sure I said it
Right. Well,
correctly.
Heath didn't know that she was here. He
Yeah.
thought clear.
No,
That's
yeah,
fine.
for
We're
sure.
clear.
No, I'm with you. That makes sense.
Honestly.
She sort of shakes herself off and she's like, alright.
How long has she been here?
It takes her a second to regather to know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
This is a
This
great
is important. This is most
And
important.
then she,
Are you breakdancing?
No.
Are you ballroom dancing? Is
yeah,
this a-
right. What sort of dancing is it? It must be.
That's a great question.
You didn't. I didn't make
Is
you
there-
describe the Nat 20 dancing,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah,
meant
we
to.
Single mouse
I think
waltz.
it would be so. I mean, she would only know dances from the clone. So I'm gonna say it's like a very like swang, like
Nature.
like yeah, nature, like
You
know.
weren't there, but it's her half of the dance that she did with Vale.
Yeah.
Just.
Oh God. Is it like Alvin and the Chipmunks? Business.
You keep making it worse. I'm trying to make it better.
I'm sorry.
There's no way to make dancing mouse in hand better.
It's like interpretive dance.
Yeah.
Um,
If I
She
saw
sort
Dancing
of-
Mouse, I'd be like, that's cool shit. Exception approved.
she sort of settles after a second and, here's your question. The rosary was shut down about a month ago. Lady Gwen scooped up the best talent, brought her over here.
Let's see.
I thought that was the reason you were here.
He's been saying that it wasn't.
People say a lot of things. I'm sorry. I
You know
don't
what?
even
Not
know
my
what to
place.
do
I'm
with
sorry.
right now.
You know what?
I need to not look in that direction.
Whatever you gotta do.
I haven't seen her since the last time I was in town, and I asked her a question, and I didn't like the answer, and
Insight check. Did he profess his love?
Make an insight check.
I'm also gonna make an insight check.
Take
Yeah,
this-
she's
take
out in
this-
the open
take this
now, might as
inspiration.
well.
That is not good enough.
Please hand me the inspiration.
I rolled it right there in front of you. That is much better.
Am I able to roll against this? Just to.
You're not deceiving. He's just rolling to see like what he picks up from your visage. So we'll see how well he does.
okay.
25.
18.
18. Okay. I mean, you get the sense that from his verbiage, from what he's saying, that he probably, did some sort of confessional.
And I asked a question. Very big question.
Yeah. If you want to give more than that, you're welcome to. And ask an important question.
Okay.
I asked her a question, didn't like the answer, and haven't made up my mind whether I want to see her. So, if you please, let's go see Lady Guinevere, and I'll stay out of her head.
So you really didn't come here to see her? I figured that's what you stole all that gold for.
Feels like, with the exception of why you're here, she's got your number.
Wrong reasons for that, and that you said there, this gold was given to me, and
Heath, you don't need to lie to me. I am not here to judge you. I was just trying to protect Eve's privacy.
I wouldn't do anything to hurt her.
Did she say Eve?
Eve.
Eve. Noted.
Eve and Eve. I'm sorry. It's dumb.
Perspiration! No!
Shit! Eve and Eve.
Eve and Eve.
Dumb.
I figured you, at the very least, I mean, you don't want your sash back?
What do you mean? Toss that out.
Yeah, at her.
Come on,
Why
man.
would she keep it?
Because she doesn't... She didn't keep it, but she doesn't hate you, Heath.
Might as well be.
as well.
Okay, well, it's important, and of course she's not just gonna leave it in the dirt. That's not why you're here? Really? Wait, hold on. Was all that shit you said out front about smuggling you out of here real?
Yeah, believe it or
I
not,
was
it's real.
being 100% honest. And
Really
look, I
aware.
do that a lot, and people seem to fucking get the wrong idea.
Did you ever think
A
it's
lot.
because the things that you're honest
You
about
two
don't
always
make any
surprised.
fucking sense?
A lot of what's happened to me in the last fucking 2 or 3 weeks haven't made much sense either. But I'm just sort of trying to survive with it, and I'm keeping my mind occupied. So, yeah, we might need to get your services to get the fuck out of this city.
Keith, if you want underhanded services, you don't come in and ask for them. That's not
I've
how
never
underhanded things work.
I've never fucking dealt with it.
I wonder,
didn't ask
this
for underhanded
seems
things. I just
so
thought
out
I
of
could
the
buy
norm for
fucking-
shitty deals, but like, who am I to judge
How
it?
would we stay in
Terrain.
business if we just went about saying that we did illegal things?
No, I don't.
Do you walk up to the guard and say, by the way, I stole a purse off of one of your buddies the other day?
Look, I've never been here before. I've never interacted with either side of your businesses. I've only heard about it. So forgive me for not knowing the protocol.
Keith, this is why she said no. And she walks into the temple.
Ooh. Ow.
Cure wounds on my boy! That was mental burns. Ouch.
I'm just gonna move her here real quick.
I'm just gonna climb back into Brian's pocket as soon as her back is turned.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
But legitimately, Brian's gonna grab him on the shoulder and be like, I don't get what's going on, but that felt painful even to me.
I will shout after it. Listen here, you fucking wench.
Ooh, that's
what do you know about
no,
fucking
I pinned him to the wall.
You follow after her, shouting that. She has just walked into that room.
About to get booted.
Nor.
And
What are you doing?
SOS! SOS!
what did Eva say to Nor? Nor, she's just making siren noises. Nor, I don't know what that means. Is that a bird call?
That's Michelle. That's Michelle's reaction. It was like, more things have escalated. Keith is, it seems that there's some kind of broken off love situation with Heath. He has become very angry and voices are getting raised.
She walks into the room. You follow after her, shouting, listen here, you fucking wench. What do you know about love? And as you step up to the door, in the door appears, not as though magically, but stepping into the door, a tall, tall elderly woman, very put together, collar, one of those high collar dresses, very slim and well fit. She has beautiful gray hair, done in a pattern around two nearly matching gray horns. And she steps into your line of sight as you yell and point and cuss and step forward. I was told you desired to see the lady of the house.
You need to fucking get her 9. She's got no fucking right to say that sort of shit to me.
She looks over her shoulder at Amelia and then steps back and gestures. Would you like to join us?
We would be happy to do that. Yes, please.
I'm fucking fine, mate. Let's talk.
Yes.
And I'll go in.
Okay.
Do y'all follow?
Mhm.
Okay. She closes the door behind
Unless
her.
they try and gesture me elsewhere.
It is a small interior chapel for the Church of Chorus.
This is immediately in Priya's ear.
And she gestures to a bench. And she says, if you desire to stay on the premises of my establishment, I will ask that you speak to my workers with more politeness and courtesy. If you cannot find within yourself the means to do so, you will be escorted out.
You know what she's just fucking said to me though?
I do not.
Completely out of line. Get your staff. Anyway. All I came here to do is to get a pearl that is worth a certain amount for a friend to use for some wizard reason. I don't know why. I didn't come to talk to her, to Evelyn. I didn't want to impose it all. I'm sorry. Can you help us get the pearl quickly? Do you have a pearl? And also, what would be the cost if we needed to get 6 people out of the city discreetly?
Persuasion roll.
The
I'm
pat on his
I'm
back
down.
and guidance.
Either way, one of us. Inspiration. Sorry for throwing that on
You're
your
good,
team.
Can y'all move your characters too much?
Yeah, absolutely. Where are we?
Or
This
there.
room?
Yeah.
Nobody saw that shit.
The problem with beautiful soft Celtic music is that it makes me want to fall asleep.
Right.
Yeah.
Persuasion?
Yes, sir.
Really should not be the face. 16.
There we go. Okay.
First roll
That was with guidance?
That was with guidance. First roll was a natural one. So
Oh, that
well,
was
good thing we used
but
inspiration.
very fitting given
Yeah,
the circumstance.
sure.
She gestures to one of the benches and has you sit on one side of the aisle. She and Amelia sit on the other side. Amelia is very composed and put together, sitting sort of straight backed next to Lady Gwen.
I will sit away from her.
Okay. May I have your name?
Heath Grantham.
Evelyn's Heath.
I don't think I belong to her. She certainly made it clear that she doesn't want to be connected, at least in the possessive way.
Fair enough. But I know who you are. Forgive my staff and I if we look out for each other. I imagine, understanding some of where you come from, that you understand how that is. Look out for your own.
Sure. Like I was trying to say, I would never do anything to hurt Evelyn.
I believe you. We can harm even those we desire not to, through our own ignorance or our lack of intent. We do not need to do so intentionally. But if you say you're not here for her, and I do not think that she would be against seeing you, and her eyes sort of slice toward Amelia. Then I am here to grant your requests. As a customer of my establishment, Heath Grantham. And Brian, Tide Collar. And Aoife, the Gloam.
She'll peek up over the edge of the pocket.
You are wise to keep yourself guarded here.
She's gonna. Eva will say to her in her mind, "I apologize for the deception, but I've discovered since arriving that it's not safe for me to walk about in my typical form."
Ooh, that is disconcerting.
Apologies, I forget.
Yes, that is very understandable, especially since you bring trouble to my door. Your first time at my establishment, and you bring wanted heads.
Apparently I'm one of them, so
Oh yes.
I apologise, but if you're so disdainful, what can we do?
Who calls me disdainful? It is but for Evelyn's affection of you that I do not immediately turn you over to the scarves.
We owe her a thank you card.
Well, I appreciate you not turning us in, at least for now. But look, all we're trying to do is figure out what's going on with all these disasters, and we need the Pearl to assist with us in acquiring an item to ultimately try to solve that.
She pulls her sleeve up, just gently draws it, and she is wearing a bracelet of pearls. And she unclasps it. What price would you offer to pay?
Well, I think he said 100 gold worth.
That is not the sort of currency we use here. And she lifts her eyes up and around
Right.
the room.
Well, do you need to not know the secret?
It's not a secret otherwise, is it? It's merely something I know. Pause. We're gonna come back.
Love that.
Oh, the tension is so high!
So good.
We're gonna come back to I
know.
really thought you two were gonna be in this house! That's where people have landed is very odd! Priya and Noor, have you thought about what you wanted to do?
Nope.
They're like,
What-
we've been
what-
paying attention.
One thing I will correct the record. I had Amelia on the brain from your other character. So
Oh, that's what. And
that-
people have the same name.
that's true. That's true.
People have the same names. Two Amelias. That's
We
not
we
what
can
it
do
says.
two Amelias, or you can be Ophelia.
Right.
Ooh, I like Ophelia and Beauregard.
Beauregard.
Okay.
Classy couple.
Yes, it's very classy.
Um,
Who are a classy couple interested in plants.
Yes. Clearly, that was the most important thing to worry about.
That was the key priority.
I'm with them reaching out first and saying that it was Breaking Bad,
Right.
and then immediately saying like, "Hey, by the way, we're with the lady of the house, and we're in a chapel of Koros
Koros.
and everything else like
Yeah,
that."
I think we would make our way to.
There's definitely a shared eye contact.
Yeah,
Of like,
we're like,
we're done. We're done flower
we're done
showing
at the
now.
Okay, before you turn to leave, Daisy rushes back with a sort of bouquet. It is a bouquet, but it is only one flower, so it's not a bouquet technically.
Okay.
But it is. It has like it's. There's a main flower and then sort of some decorative flowers around it, and it is wrapped in a very stylish way in a slightly glowing vine. And she says, "I found the perfect thing. I found the perfect thing." Okay, so okay, sorry. So one of the things that is native here to the Grindelwald, that is a special shipment I got in. This is called an Embervale bloom, and it is a large red flower with gold veins. Feel it. Who? Which one of you is okay? And if you touch the petals, and when you touch them, the petals are very warm to the touch. Isn't that incredible?
This is very good.
I love
This
this
picture.
picture so much.
Yes, and I don't know if this is of interest to you at all, but it said, because I can see that you're adventurous. I mean, I'm sorry if I shouldn't say that, but you're very well traveled, obviously, and these are said to be really great ingredients used for fire resistance potions. Isn't that incredible?
And how much would something like this?
So the finds though are from our very own. I know you haven't been there, but from just our neighbors, just to the east, live in a place called the Gloam, and these vines are
crazy.
are from that area. And I know what you might have heard. I know, but it's not true. Any of it. The things that people are saying. Okay. Oh, I knew that you'd be more open-minded, not being from Koros and everything. It's a lot of bad rumors being going around. Everything was settled, but it's very rare and gorgeous, and especially right now, it's difficult to get plants from the Gloam, but you just seem like such a lovely couple, and I just wanted to get you something special. And I think 150 gold.
Huh. I appreciate your enthusiasm and your willingness to bring us something so special.
So beautiful, isn't it?
As a cleric, of course, I live a very simple life. 150 gold is not really something that I would normally spend on flowers when I feel it could be better spent in helping.
In service, of course. Make me a persuasion check. That's a good line.
Solid deception.
Oh my baby, 4. Oh, a 4!
No.
Give me a second. Let me let this cat out.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Oh,
Nice. And guidance yourself, lady.
Yeah.
baby.
Okay, much better.
Yeah.
Through the mind passageways. I'm offering you guidance.
It's okay. I know. It's just that you were knocking over all this stuff.
Okay, 23.
Oh,
Much
that's
better.
extremely different
Much
from 4.
different. Much different outcome.
Make me a real quick insight check.
Yes, baby.
I think Daisy's a mastermind.
Oh, you want to fight?
25.
25, okay. You see something flicker across her face when you say, as you speak, that you get the distinct impression that she thought 150 gold was cheap. And that she was being gracious.
Already offering a discount? Right?
Yes. But as you say, as you put it in the terms of the service that you're out doing, she sort of looks at both of you, and you see her get sort of a different context of you and who you are and what you're doing. And she's, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, of course. That was so thoughtless of me. Of course. I feel so bad. I'm so sorry. Will you take it as an offering to Koros for?
That is very generous.
Oh well, I mean, they're only flowers. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just it's a simple thing, and I really love them, and I think that there's a lot of goodness and beauty to be brought to the world through plants, but you're out there, walking who knows how many miles every day, and bringing the knowledge of Koros to the lands, and if anything could bring you some cheer and some beauty on your walk, then it's just only right that I should offer that, right?
Your offering is amazingly generous and will be passed along.
Oh. Okay. Well, I hope that it's a blessing and that it pleases Koros. We're steadfast followers here. I know that it's not exactly popular in Belton to be, to not be a primary follower of Yume, and Yume's wonderful. But
It takes all kinds.
absolutely,
Exactly.
of course, the knowledge of the world to bring us all together. So let me just, and she hands you the bouquet, though you can tell she does it with somewhat reluctance, like it's painful. Absolutely. Please come again if you
Thank you
ever pass through again.
so much. You've been so generous. I hate to ask, but one more thing.
Go.
Fucking North! We stand!
This gift has been wonderful, but you said it yourself. It's so nice to meet someone else who is in the faith, and to form these connections across lands, across distance. We've been traveling for a while, and obviously we were attracted by the flowers, but we were hoping to settle into the inn next door, maybe spend some time relaxing for a little while.
Yes.
Is there perhaps anyone? We're newer to the area, so is there anyone perhaps that we could spend any time with who kind of shares our sensibilities? Someone who we know is strong in Koros and that we could feel comfortable with.
Make your persuasion check.
Do I notice, like she said, there follows any emblems or
Ooh, great question. Make me a quick perception check as you
Nat
look
20.
around. Oh!
Cook! Good sir.
Sir!
Listen, here, mister. This is why we can't mess with you. I got you.
23.
Oh! Hi.
You do not
hey,
notice, you do not see
Hey.
in the open any emblems or signs of Koros.
You move my face.
Yeah. Which I think is telling in and of itself.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, you see, boy.
He likes to put his paws on our face when we hold him. He'd be like, Mom. And I'm like, why do you do this? She takes your hands in hers and she says, oh, you simply must meet my mother. She will love you. And of course, you will not find a more ardent and faithful follower of Koros than she is.
That's so wonderful to see the faith from generation to generation and carry on.
Absolutely. I knew you would understand that. We try to, in the way of faith, we try to keep it.
Of course, of course.
But I know that she'll see you and immediately there'll be a kinship as I feel with you. So, of course, you should meet her. I think Amelia's running the front desk today. Tell her that Daisy said that you are to meet Lady Guinevere immediately.
Okay. Is there a way in other than the front door?
There's a back door. Do you need to go through the back door?
Well, just as you said, our faith, is not in danger to be followed, but it's not necessarily the chosen or the preferred.
They have very much respect for the followers of Koros here. It's just not expected of those who live here. We're not under duress or anything. And we have followers of Koros who come to the inn and stay and receive, no one will give you any problems, I promise. No one's hateful toward Koros here. It's just, not the... It's expected, especially of an establishment of reputation.
Above table, do we push this to try to get
Try to get to the door,
into the back door just to see what we can see, or are we already riding high?
I think we're riding high a little. I think we can just go around.
Okay. Same wavelength.
Yeah.
You want... Okay, there is a back door. If you go to the back door, I think that, who's working? Ralph! And she calls over to... Who's working the back door today?
Are we near the desk area with that door?
You would be near the desk area since she brought the bouquet out and was showing it to you and everything.
Is that so? No.
Why do you ask?
Well, I was considering, but I think we'll just...
Okay. Yeah, so she calls out to Ralph, and he calls back, and she, Garrick is working at the back. Tell Garrick that Daisy sent you, and that, what if he doesn't want to listen? Well, you just tell him to come talk to me if he doesn't want to let you in, and I'll set him straight, okay?
Of course.
I'll just go with you.
That
Ralph,
thank you so very much.
Can you run the desk for a second? Okay.
Desperation.
And she like sort of gets herself together and walks out with you to the back door.
Excellent.
All right. Are we?
I love Daisy.
Daisy is
Stan.
great, honestly.
And it is 9:45.
Thank you, tracking. All right, coming back to you guys. Lady Guinevere asked for a secret.
Do you want me to write this down, or do you hear secrets or verbally?
Amelia will take dissertation. Please, before you tell me something that I have no interest in.
Quality.
You were hired by Warden Lefson, were you not?
Yes, he's the one who gave me the gold that your
Is he?
assistant believes I stole.
How interesting. Given the rumors of the nature of our work, we've never managed to get the warden into our halls. He's always been utterly devoted to his dear Lorlia. So, we've not had occasion to learn anything of the warden's inner workings. If you had something of use or of interest to that end.
I was gonna say to you, you could tell her about Lorlia's connection with the thug in Coruscant. Might be interesting to a lady like her.
Well, you see, we were paid by WA to
W.A.
Warden O'Bowen.
Oh.
His first name, right?
Yes, it is. I've never heard him referred to as such.
It's a colloquialism.
Okay.
Anyway, Warden Lefson paid us to investigate the disasters that are happening around the world.
Did he? You?
Not me specifically, but a group of us. And
Why?
I suppose, well, to be fair, I sort of just tagged along with a friend of mine, but
That does make more sense.
everyone else had some sort of invitation for some reason. Don't know why. And, well, we started our journey in Human, went then to Coruscant, and immediately were supposed to meet up with this bloke, and he tried to have us killed. Later we found a note in, well, several letters that were written by a Drayton to, well, have us killed, or taken care of, I guess. And Norleah was mentioned as a part of the, well, interested parties in our demise.
Aoife would offer to her, "It's worth noting that the only reason we went to Coruscant was on direction of Norleah. She gave us a contact there and directed us to go, and we walked into a trap."
Interesting.
And now we're wanted.
You are. Each of you. Though there is one missing. I mean, there are several missing, but there's one wanted by more than simply the gods here in the city of Belden. So, you believe that the warden's wife sent you meaningfully to death?
Well, her, or both of them in cahoots with each other, tried to get us killed for some reason.
What reason would she have to see you killed?
I suppose to prevent us from, I guess, learning more about the disasters.
Why on earth would she not want you to learn more about that? Did he not pay you for that very thing?
It is interesting, is it not, that Velton grows in wealth while surrounding regions and outlying cities seem to be plagued by these disasters, is it not? Would it also not look strange if the leader of Velton did nothing at all to investigate the disasters? You're an intelligent woman.
I'm sorry, I can't get over the fact that she's having this conversation with a mouse. Like, that is so forward of my mind right now.
Yeah, she's just like leaning out of the pocket.
And it's not even...
I'm really struggling.
Okay, she's just gonna hop out of the pocket and turn into her normal self.
Ah, that's better, isn't it, dear? You're quite gorgeous.
Manners are impeccable.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Hey, you're good looking now. You're good looking as a mouse.
Amelia freaks the fuck out. Amelia's like, whoa! What is that?
Hands you the bowl of fruit.
And then she has to pull herself together. Amelia, dear, you're causing a scene.
Oh, brownie points.
Yes, I have found that most intriguing. It's one of the reasons I would like to better understand our dear warden.
Likewise.
So you say he sent you on this quest?
I volunteered as a representative of my people. I think many of...
Did he just hit you in the face with his tail?
I don't think it was his tail so much as his butt. But it wasn't hurtful.
It wasn't intentional.
That's just disrespectful.
Yeah, the amount of times he puts his butt in my face is very disrespectful. Especially when he's trying to be cuddly, like when I wake up in the morning, he's like, what if I put my butt right
yeah.
like on your face?
Yeah, he tried to sit on my face when I was one time. He was walking over my back.
He wants to be on
and then
your
he
face.
sat here and I was like, no, sir.
I don't get you say it like that.
No, it's a real cat.
What?
They
Why?
all do it.
About this time, I think you guys would enter. Daisy got you very easily through the door, and with that, the bouncers need to stay where they are, so she's just sort of like, just go down that hallway right there. It's right there. If you go, there'll be a cellar and then a door on the side. Make sure they get to the door. And he just bobs off after you guys go through. Come again, okay? 'Cause when you come back into town, you'll say hi to me.
Thank you. Yes, of course.
It's so good to meet you.
Lovely.
Ophelia Beauregard, I'll never forget you.
And of course,
And us, you.
Okay.
Shame on you two for lying to this sweet, precious girl.
She would appreciate it.
She's a child of Corsia. She needs to learn something.
Secrets.
Fair point.
You guys
But it's
sort
only
of
a
Maybe
half-life.
she's really
arrive in the middle of this conversation, and what's her face? And Lady Gwen does not look surprised at all to see you.
Oh, you're here.
Welcome. Please
Do I
have a seat.
recognize the plant in her hands? Anything about it?
Oh, you
Is this the
recognize the gloam vines. That is not your name for them.
Don't do it, mister. Don't do it.
Are they safe? Are like
Great question. Make me a nature check. I love that question. That's such a nice question.
I appreciate you asking and answering it because we are not equipped to do so.
We are not the
I
druid.
don't know. My knowledge of the plants would have been like.
natural 20.
Oh, amazing.
Y'all's inspirations do be fire.
They
It's
do
crazy.
need fire.
It's crazy.
The net 20s on the inspirations. The vines, which you would not know as gloam vines, you would know them in their own gloomish name, are very, what's the word? Very tame, for sure.
Okay,
They're just docile, harmless. They're just pretty silvery vines that give off a slight glow. You actually use them in the gloam. They're one of the ones that brighten during nighttime and darken during the daylight hours, though they never fully lose their glow. So they're one of the ones by which you tell time, and you wouldn't uproot them like they have here for that reason.
Is it dead?
It is functionally dead. It
Okay.
holds on to some of its glow right now, but it
Okay.
but that will wane.
Okay, so they're not. I was a little unclear before if they were potted, but it sounds like they're
No,
just
it's
stay
just a
wrapped.
bouquet.
Okay, perfect.
With a nat 20, I will say that you also do recognize the ember bloom,
Okay.
and that you do know that it is used, it's a warming herb for sicknesses, but also that it has been used in potions of a magical property for different things.
Okay.
Yeah, Lady Gwen sort of guides you in, and as you enter, she makes a sign towards you. We are most blessed to receive a cleric of Chorus in this house.
Yes, I received a very warm welcome from your daughter, Daisy.
Oh, isn't she lovely?
She presented me with this amazing bouquet.
The jewel in my crown. And did she charge you anything for it?
She attempted, but
But she didn't manage it, did she?
no.
No matter how much I try, that girl has no sense for commerce. But if it could go to less worthy hands, you're welcome here. Oh, Esther, you're looking different.
Lady Guinevere is very well informed.
Yeah, we see. We
I
notice
sense that, and I drop my.
Yes. And I do apologize for there was some deception on our part with Daisy. We were not sure of our status.
Oh, what does she know you as?
This Ophelia and Beauregard.
Wonderful. I will be sure to keep your secrets. Your
I've-
friends were
I've-
just telling me some interesting things of their own, in response, or in requisition, for a pearl.
She was curious about the warden's involvement and how we have come to be where we are now. And I was outlining how it was Laura Leah's advice that took us to Corsia in the first place.
It's odd that the warden would see you dead, given your family ties.
Perhaps.
It has not come to light as of yet as to what each of us could have done to offend or what benefit he might gain by us as individuals.
We were quite surprised by our reception in the city. We did not know what we were walking into.
You have this missive of which you speak,
I'll go.
I would.
with the name of Laura Leah.
Oh,
That letter, this
Oh.
cousin.
our companion has it. He is not currently here, but we do have it, yes.
I will take that in payment.
Well, he's currently in the sewers right now.
What?
Few places are safe to us at this
Let's know that you don't know literally everything.
As
But
you know, since we are wanted for crimes we're not even aware of
Oh, are you not aware?
exactly why we are wanted, when all we have done is try to investigate and find out what.
Do you know what
behind these
specific
disasters.
treason? Yeah. Do you know what specific treason we're accused of? We've heard the word. I just recently heard the word treason tossed about. We don't know the specifics though.
That is the word that I have heard as well. You are said to be in league with forces of the globe.
Oh, indeed.
Wow.
Not altogether untrue.
Right.
I can't deny that accusation.
Bringing intent of disaster to our doors.
well, that sounds
Interesting
pretty inaccurate.
that we have been hired to thwart the disasters, but then accused of causing these disasters.
That is in truth interesting. Do you know that Laura Leah is a member of our church?
Doing all right?
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't have had any need.
No, I was not aware.
Or at least she once was. Devout follower of Koros herself. She was meant to enter the priesthood before she met our Bolden.
So she can be a seeker.
Interesting.
So it may be said. Corsia is her home, her place of upbringing. She moved here after she met her. It did not occur to me to question her role in this. It is of wonder to me where her part ends and the warden's begins, or if he is in the know of this at all.
Likewise. We have not yet been able to sort one from the other.
In exchange for this missive, she lays her pearl bracelet out. I will give you 5 pearls. And in exchange for knowledge of the warden's dealings, and whether or not he is a part of whatever plot threatens you, specifically, not that I don't care about all of you, but in the cause of what is threatening the world right now, I will give you safe passage from this city, as you have requested. Elsewise, I fear you're on your own.
Why?
Why?
Why? What good does it do you to know the warden's involvement? You're not threatened by the disasters within these walls. Clearly, you are in command of your own little empire here. You come and go as you please. You can live out the remainder of your days untouched.
I feel
What is it
like
worth to you to know the machinations of the warden and his wife?
I feel like that's the nature of being a person of Koros, isn't it? And I'll look to.
She is a lady of Koros, but she is a businesswoman.
No, can't be both.
Give me a persuasion check.
Love you. We'll take guidance.
Nat 20.
Cook.
You motherfuckers. With your fucking nat 20.
I mean, I cannot emphasize that I haven't rolled a nat 20 in a little while, and I rolled 2 today. One of them was to dance with the mouse. One was to investigate a bouquet.
Hey, if that bouquet had been something treacherous, you would have got it. Listen, sometimes it's not anything, but when it is, it's important to catch it. That was a good question to ask, especially of someone you know is a follower of Koros and who seems weirdly nice. That was a very good question to ask.
What was the safe? It was safe passage for what's going on in the world, basically, or what's causing?
So she's offering the pearls in exchange for the missive to show that Lorelia was in some way connected to a plot to kill you guys.
Right.
And in exchange for information on Warden Lefson's part in that, or connection to this, she is willing to help you get out of the city.
Was it a fair deal?
Yeah.
Nat fucking 20. Hold up. I blanked out for a second. How dare you? No, you never need to apologize.
Y'all really been rolling your nat 20s on like all plot based things.
That's how I usually
She
do.
did a dance and a bouquet.
Yeah. That was helpful to the plot, you know? I stand on my business.
Let me think. Nor specifically asked what it's worth to her. Mm-hmm.
He's trying to see her angle.
Yep. She nods at Amelia, and Amelia stands up and leaves, and shuts the door behind her. Dear Noresto, the youngest of your family, yes?
Yes.
What he doing?
Cookies on for you.
He just investigated.
He just married.
Hey, mister.
Do you find that the years your siblings have on you leave you in the dark at times?
Often. But in a similar way, they don't have my perspective.
Fair enough. How has the lack of perspective gone for you?
That answer is complicated as of recent.
I know that you took a trip
I did.
from which it was not expected that you would return. And here you are on another trip from which it was not expected that you would return. Lack of information is deadly. It is the silent killer, the mold that grows in the in-between spaces and slowly chokes us to death. You say that I thrive, and externally, a house may thrive while it dies. It is what we don't know that will kill us. And I am not comfortable not knowing.
I am very familiar with ones who act in this way. I can't disagree. This is more than knowing. You've seen the changes over the past few months. You feel the tension in the city. It appears that your establishment, much like the city outside, appears verdant, but has been pruned. You're operating under new rules, new standards, and the whims of a person who recently has started making some big moves.
You see her jaw tighten as you speak on these things.
I don't need you to be wholly upfront with us. I wouldn't expect you to. It doesn't make any sense. But I do need to know that if we provide you this information and we return to Velton at some point, that we're not going to find it in a worse state than what we left it in.
Alas, that depends on your definition of worst. There are those who say that we thrive more than we ever have right now. It's difficult to conceive of any change that would make it worse than it is right now. Would you have Velton unchanged from its current state? Do you find that Velton thrives?
Depends on who you ask.
That's why I'm asking you.
Well, if you're asking an orphan who spent years in its sewers being ignored, then the people who really matter, the people, the everyday folk, the farmers, the smiths, the wheelers, every day they're suffering more, and slowly but surely they're being roasted as a frog is slowly boiled, and eventually, well, of course, things end poorly for them. But for those who are boiling the pot, I suppose they get a nice frog dinner out of it.
And if his metaphor of boiling frogs for dinner didn't nail that home, I don't know what else can.
Indeed. Well put. So I say that it depends on what you would see Velton like, whether or not Velton is worse. I would simply be free to be left to tend to my customers, to tend to my workers, to do as I've ever done, and serve the people of Velton.
Insight check.
Yeah, I think I also have to insight that.
Right?
That was another nat 20, it is not.
Aww.
That would be crazy.
18. Not my greatest, but not my worst.
We're all in.
That's a good one too.
Don't worry about it.
28.
Damn, 25.
What are y'all trying to figure out? What's yours? Me too. No one rolled a nat 20.
No. I personally am trying to. She is searching for chinks in the armor to see if the position currently held by the warden and or his wife is unstable. In my personal opinion.
Clearly.
And she feels like there's a
Yeah,
place
there's
where
a
she
certain
can move
vibe
in.
going
Yes,
on. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she can climb. She's
No insect check required.
yeah. So I'm trying to see like how imminent, like whether she's lying about being content in her station, or whether she is ready to climb imminently.
Okay.
Hopefully it's not too much of a stretch, but she said to do as she has always done. I specifically would like to try and insight if in her speech she means that her genuine desire is to have such a hospitable, kind place like she's cultivated, or if it is a matter of power and control, and this is what people want, and therefore is what gives her power and status. Like, if she does usurp, right? Because like that's, I feel like, pretty clear. If she does usurp, is that what she's going to continue to try and cultivate, or is it just a matter of like, this is what has got me this far, and whatever else gets me farther, I don't really care. That's what I'm shooting for.
Yeah, man, y'all are playing chess, and I'm over here playing checkers.
I do love this because like this is a perfect Nora moment though. Like
yeah.
High five for chess.
Oh.
I was thinking much more simply along the lines of trying to assess, like, whether or not. So she doesn't like how the warden is doing things, but like how likely she is to switch sides or like sell us out.
Right.
Given the deal, like how
That's a really smart ask.
genuinely interested in our situation she seems.
For sure.
If it's just leverage.
Yeah.
Is that the same
Whichever
for
way.
you?
Yeah. That goes.
I rolled a nat 20
Of course she did.
God damn
in a
you.
beautiful moment of the dice telling the story.
Yeah.
So you all look at Lady Gwen Halfpenny.
Respect.
Baby.
Come
This is why I put you in the room.
Come here. Wide eye.
But he
No.
knows I love him.
Yeah. I know.
It's all good. It's all
I know.
It's
I'm not really knock everything over.
He knocked everything over.
Literally, you literally got
He
the whole
closed
track right
everything
there.
on my computer.
It was kind of impressive.
He rolled a nat 20.
He did. And he has
What are you
like
doing?
a particular
What are you doing?
capacity for like walking for just a split second over my computer and closing down whatever I'm in.
Yeah.
And I lose all like
I'm
work
ready.
things. It's very upsetting.
My black cat will specifically do that with Word docs. I'll be writing
Yes!
something and she walks across and like nothing happens except my Word doc closes, a new one opens, and there's like a few
Bro, that's a
random
baby.
letters.
Yeah, and I'm like, what have you done?
Which
It's
magic
the same.
is this?
No, yes, it really do be witch magic. Yeah.
No,
So
not yet.
Lady Guinevere is marble. You see nothing but serene regality on her face. There's nothing to see. It is
I love that for her.
a serene expression.
It's with her personality. Lady Guinevere, I would like to ask you a question. You seem to have information on just about everything that's happening in the city.
Is my trade.
We have heard
It's our
tell.
trade.
We've heard tell of a man. Wait. Thinking back to last session, was I looped into the conversation about the ward? Heath, would you have mentioned the conversation with Flint about the warden talking with the merchant man? Was I made privy to that?
When did that come up? That was.
It was
talking
right
to
as y'all
Tom.
were leaving the
I mean,
house.
We could say that it would have been mentioned. We'll say it this way. When we would be like walking in the sewers or whatever, I could have said something along the lines to Hammond like, the guy
that Twitchy described, you say you saw him in Corsair. Was that when you pulled the spyglass out of it, and then of course the conversation would go from there. And
Okay. Then Eva would offer a description of him and ask, like, this is the second time we've crossed paths with him in the company of people in power. I'm curious if you happen to know anything about.
Nor, the minute she describes that dude, you know
Okay.
exactly who they're talking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you and your family have had many dealings with him. I've got his name somewhere. I didn't expect that question, but give me a second. He's in here somewhere. I'll give it to you next time.
Okay, that works.
Because we're trying to close down. But yeah, he is a merchant. He is a wealthy merchant who is well traveled in the peaks.
Mareed?
Mareed. I knew it started with an M.
I spelled it my way. So.
I'll look into it. But yeah, so as she's like giving this description, you recognize internally, if not otherwise, that you know exactly who she's talking about. I'm trying to think when last Nor would have seen him. Yeah, you saw him a couple times in Column Hall.
Okay.
Before you left on your journey.
Do you know if I purchased anything from him prior to leaving?
I don't think you would have, nor knows Mareed to be somewhat of a, let's call it a penny pincher.
Okay.
He is definitely one to try to get a deal for nothing, and to do what he can to get as much with giving as little as possible. I don't imagine he's not a well-liked person around
That's
Caleb Hall, but he is put up with because he works good deals on the recipient end.
Sure.
Make me a history check.
Dice reroll.
I just need to move my backpack, that was all.
Okay.
That's much better.
20.
20. Ooh, okay. Last you saw him, he had arrived with a new, just definitely, what's the word, compensating for something size sword.
Okay.
Like, 100%.
Met him in one of your first sessions.
Which, funnily enough, I was not there for.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah, that's why it's like all these sessions later, it's coming out the first time.
Exactly.
Like, oh, I know that guy.
I know him.
Yeah, you showed up after.
Yeah.
He was stuck in a
Shit
ditch.
down.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have had any.
I mean, he wouldn't have known anyway because she was just meeting him randomly. The only reason Herman knows is because she spied on her.
Yeah.
Talking, and that's when he heard him from the
Okay, so sus man in too many places that he does not belong.
Yeah.
Probably.
This feels very whipped.
What was the
My eyes
He
on
didn't have
question?
wit's charm.
He did not have wit's charm.
I mentioned that he has appeared twice now in the company of people in power, and I'm curious what she knows about him because he seems like he might be a relevant player.
What are you offering for this information?
Well, I've just told you that I've seen him in the company of people in power, and I'll be willing to elaborate more on that.
That is not new knowledge to me.
Okay, well then. Was that a thoughtful interjection, Nor?
That was so
I-
Or are you
cute.
leaving
Sorry,
me on my
I-
own?
Sorry, there's so much happening.
No, I'm
it's like it's so
thinking
little
about
and
what
so
you're
much is happening
asking,
at the same
and
time.
it's reminded me of something that I might want.
I'm trying to think.
so much.
Because I am trying to draw this to a close. And that doesn't mean the conversation needs to come to a close, but the session, baby. Trying to get back to. He'll just lay there if you leave him.
It's okay.
He keeps trying to eat the minis.
Yeah, you don't want to let him eat the minis, but if he settles on there, he likes the warmth of the TV. He's like, Uncle Bubba, I don't wanna. I'm trying to get back on the train of what was happening. I apologize because I fell off of it when he knocked everything over. So and the nat 20. So nat 20 on. What was your nat 20 on? Remind me.
My nat 20 was on. I basically said like you're angling for something.
Yeah, it was persuasion.
Yes.
And then her nat 20 was against everyone's insight.
Yes.
Onto her saying this. All I want is to take care of my people, and be free to do what I want to do. And then. What is your angle? And that is what she said. Got it. You say that, she says it's not new information to her. I have an establishment to run. Do we have an accord?
Sounds fair enough. Saves me a bit of coin, I suppose.
Then I will wait for the missive. When you return, is there anything you want before you leave?
I'm not really decided on whether or not I want to see her.
It is good to know your own mind. If you would have anyone else care to know it. I will take my leave. It has been a pleasure getting to know you all. Please ensure that whatever desires you have before you leave are taken care of. Otherwise, I will see you when you have my payment, and we will speak then. I love that you did that too. He was like, listen, I'm not a Church of Koros, but I'm here for it.
You could just give a Glomish bow.
Ooh. She gives one in return. She stands and does a very close approximation in her regal dress, in the stiffness of her regal dress. Good morrow to you all. I will see you when you have what I need. We will see about getting you what you need. Please enter by the back door next time.
Thank you.
Easily.
As would be expected of a sister in the cloth.
Is there a password or some code word we need to use?
They will know.
Seems like knowing is
what she does.
The business
Well,
boundaries.
I guess they've moved. They're too
If you are
secretive for
disguised,
secret.
it will be more difficult, so maybe don't be disguised. But if there are enough of you that look as you do, then we can fill in the blanks. If we know who the rest of you are, and Norester is surprisingly missing, but there is a strange man from Koros with them, one can put the pieces together. If one has the information to do so. May I speak with you before you leave?
Of course.
Of course.
Oh, that hurt me in my gut!
very good.
She dismisses with a small nod the rest of you. Heath when you
I
go.
like-
I like that too.
We cannot trust.
Is that why you like her?
In any way, shape, or form.
Part of it,
Somewhat.
right?
Yes.
Did I make the first NPC that you guys like?
I like a lot.
I like
I know.
Hey,
I
likes
mean
her.
you as like a collective because you like Vale, but you like a lot of people. In fairness, you're very
I
kind to
love
my
Daisy.
and I appreciate that. I also like Daisy.
Daisy's great,
Well, it's probably
and also I feel like Daisy's working her own angle.
I do too.
Going to say anything.
I love
As
Daisy.
you
Daisy
step
could
out.
be like the greatest liar of all time, though.
Yeah.
You hear the song floating over you once again.
It's like a siren song.
It does. There's no wisdom save, but you hear her voice. Upstairs.
Is that where we're leaving it?
That is what's up.
I wanted to say something to Heath before
Bring it.
we call the sessions end. Brian's gonna walk up to you. I know I can be a sassy bitch,
Great way to start.
and I don't know you all that well yet. But death is around every corner in our journey. It's always best to leave one whom you love with no words left unsaid. I don't know what you've said so far, so maybe you've got none left, but if in your heart there are any doubts, then yeah, there are words left unsaid. Don't lose the opportunity, man.
Not sure what other words there are to say. Especially when you ask someone to marry
Give me a
them.
fist on my foot.
Oh, bros, he's responding.
Sorry, I got distracted. Say again.
Not sure there's any other words to say when you ask someone to marry them and they say no.
You can always start with "I miss you," and then I walk away.
I'm sorry, one more last
Listen, I love it.
thing. Insight to clock the song.
Oh, yes,
To what?
absolutely.
Oh, to clock the song. Let's go. He's here now.
Come on.
Guidance.
Thank you. That's another D4.
I got you. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
3.
Oh, okay.
That work? Let's see. That's 20.
Nor you step out and you hear the song you heard in the gloam that drew Heath out into the mist.
Weird, like, deja vu moment. Like, look across. I'm assuming by this point you all have already had your conversation.
Yeah.
And Heath is just kind of like staring into the middle distance. Like, interesting.
And with that, we'll pick up next session.
Oh, what a great emotional tension this session, guys.
Yeah.
It was great. Oh, it was a great session. I knew we wouldn't get. You were like, we can vamp. I was like, we won't need to vamp. There's gonna be so much shit in the Violet Garden.
I mean,
Oh,
You were like,
oh,
we
yeah.
need to Violet. You were
Violet
like,
Garden.
dealt with what I was thinking we were going to
oh
do.
yeah,
Also-
I knew, cause I knew
But you
what
knew,
was
yeah.
waiting in the Violet Garden. So when you were like,
No.
we can do some side quests, I'm like, we don't need any side quests, buddy. Don't worry about it.
I get special privileges.
Also, this group doesn't really need to vamp. We
So
will.
Yeah,
We
we
will.
will.
Y'all's ability
like
to
the best
actually
stat.
drop character knowledge bit by bit in sessions
Right.
is so much better than all my other sessions.
It's so
Let me tell you.
good. It truly is. Like,
Every other group I'm with, I'm like, keep it close to the chest until I die.
it's true. Or which is usually what it is, or immediately put it all
Yeah.
out there. Which is all fine, but I love how masterfully this group
Oh, this is
drops
way
little
more
tidbits
fun.
of stuff, and we get to work together to do that, and that makes
Yeah.
me so happy. Like, to get to drop that in the gloam and have it come back
Oh,
around
that's
in your
fun.
city is
Yeah.
so fun. And like Kazun with his little like side comments that he'll make,
Oh,
he'll be
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
he'll be like, that's where, and I'm just like, bro, he does such a good
He's
job.
masterful
We-
at that.
He
Really
really
The
is.
character
He
breadcrumbs.
really
The
is.
only reason that I asked for that first perception check of whether or not she was, like, in the Violet Garden was because I was like, I mean, that would be very perfect for her to do it, wouldn't it? And then I was like,
And
oh,
in fact,
maybe.
it was.
And
But
then
it
I rolled
was.
so shittily. I was like, I mean,
If you had rolled
there's no-
high on that, I would
I would've
have.
heard.
You would have heard it then.
Yeah.
But because she wasn't downstairs in the room and you rolled so low, it
Yeah.
made sense that you wouldn't have heard it.
Yeah,
but
which-
like when the rosary shut down, this is where she would have ended up.
Yeah, that kind of clicked to me.
That makes so
like
much sense.
as I was like
Good.
walking, was like, oh well, why the fuck wouldn't she be here? You know. So it finally clicked
So
to
I
me.
think you have my menu.
Yes, I have 2 minis.
Thank
in
you,
my
live
possession.
people, for hanging with us. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye. Sorry about the map.
So the other one's probably mine.
The map camera that fell down
Oh,
because
the
of my
map
cat.
camera, that's what fell
The
down.
moment
Okay.
passed, but before we left the chapel, I would have asked Brian if I could become a mouse again and hide before we
Oh,
left.
Yeah, I'm sure
Absolutely.
you allow that.
That's
Absolutely.
I love the Marble Lady.
She's great.
She's
Peter
excellent.
approved.